second stop of the 2026 National STOL season has us heading northeast from Louisiana to an airport nestled in the Appalachian Mountains. Legend has it that something big is lurking in the woods surrounding this airport in Pennsylvania. People from around the world travel here searching for a mythical beast. Our pilots are looking to discover something a little different in Clarion County, a spot on the podium. They've flown from across the country to battle on the turf. Today, Phil Shearer returns after a stunning debut at Swamp STOL. In the sport class, Gary Varga's at the controls of a new aircraft, one that will be familiar to Unlimited class diehards. Meanwhile, champion Matt Dorssom and Dennis Rowe will dogfight for supremacy. And in the Cub class, Ryan Melendez looks to solidify his early season lead by fending off the likes of Lee Boyd and David Warren. Look out, Bigfoot! We're here for glory! National STOL's Appalachian Mountain STOL starts now! And welcome to Appalachian Mountain STOL here in National STOL 2026. My name's Ryan Dabrowski. I got the beautiful Cam Walton next to me, and we're getting ready for some beautiful flying, Cam, on not so beautiful of a day.
Yes, it's pretty cold, a little windy right now, a little overcast. I'm not feeling good right now. It's pretty cold. My fingers are
I'm
done.
not feeling good right now, but I am feeling good about the flying we're about to see. We've got a great lineup for you today, folks. We've got a bunch of sport pilots, a bunch of Cub pilots, and it's time for open practice. Well, heated practice, I guess.
Okay.
We're going to be taking people through practicing in the same heats that they will normally fly tomorrow during competition. We're up at Clarion County Airport. Cool airport. You got actually, this is great, Cam. Right behind us, we have all the airplanes.
Yes.
Getting ready to fire up. You got a couple things going on, a couple stories of the day. One, Gary Varga's flying Pat McIntyre's old plane. So that plane is the stuff of legends. Gary Varga obviously hoping to join that legendary status. Flew all the way from Camp Lake, Wisconsin. Also behind us, folks, we've got Ryan Melendez not flying Goldie, but flying a different plane, a plane that he actually flew as a banner tow pilot for a while.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's still a Super Cub, but not
just a different look. Yeah, a little different look. So we'll see if he can. I think he said today during the briefing, he's like, I'm not going to win, but I am hoping to just be consistent and still be on the board from a season perspective. So really great.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see him fly. He made it all the way out from San Diego. So
did he fly that plane from San Diego?
No, I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was the twist.
That's usually the twist.
So, yeah, he normally flies Goldie all the way from San Diego. Probably decided to take something a little faster to the – we actually have a debate about this. And you at home on the chat, if you're watching YouTube, Facebook, get in on this debate, okay? Is Pennsylvania part of the Midwest? And we've got a little bit of a crowd forming here. I'm seeing some thumbs down.
Yeah,
I was told it's part of the Midwest. I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
so
Midwest.
we're like Midwest.
Yeah, but people like to mistake Arkansas for Midwest, and we're not. We're the South. So
yeah, you're the South down in Arkansas. Here's the thing. Then are we East Coast?
We're East Coast.
Are we on the East Coast? Because it feels like we're too far west to be East Coast.
This is true.
Are we in the Middle East? No, that's a totally different part of the world.
No aircraft carriers around here right now.
Nothing like that happening around here. So, folks, if you're new to National STOL, here's what's going to happen. The planes are going to take off from the line. Aircraft carrier.
Okay. Yeah.
An apt thing. Let me give you a quick rundown. We actually have a video. If you've been around Nashville, we have a video to explain this to you. But let me just give you a quick. Imagine you are Maverick.
Okay.
Or Goose.
Yes.
R.I.P. Goose. Sorry for the spoilers. You take off from the line. That's your cat launch. You make a pattern around the carrier, and you land beyond the line. If you land too short, you're in the back of the ship. No go. Oof. That's what we're simulating today, but with fat tire airplanes. Let's roll. Let's teach you a little bit more about how National STOL works. We'll be right back.
Takeoff and landing competitions are simple. We have the pilots here competing in separate classes to get the lowest score possible. As you see behind me, we have the start-finish line, so let's start with the takeoff.
This runway is marked with a start-finish line, and as a competitor parks their main gear on the line, they apply power and position their aircraft to get off the ground as soon as possible. Once their main gear leaves the ground, a line judge will mark their takeoff score using the measuring line along the side. This score will be added to the pilot's landing score on this heat. The landing is in two parts. It's either over the line and counted, or if the pilot's main gear touches down before the line, or even touches the line, this heat score is scratched and results on a landing disqualification, and the pilot will have to rely on another takeoff and landing score to get them on the podium. A quick look at our aircraft shows we have two types of landing gear, tricycle and tail draggers. On the tail dragger aircraft, the score is marked from the two main wheels toward the front of the airplane. And for tricycle landing gear, the score is marked by the two main gear in the rear of the aircraft. It's a fierce competition out here, but at the end of the day, it's all about building better and safer pilots in the skies.
It's a great day for STOL competitions. Let's get it started.
So I don't know about if it's a great day, but look, any day you can go flying is a great day.
I agree, 100%.
And the weather actually makes it a little more fun, a little more challenging.
Right.
In terms of wind, we're kind of not quite wind's calm right now. It's like light. It's like a light wind. Looks like it's coming from our left. What would that be? 24? Like running from like runway 24 right now, I think.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about National STOL, particularly here at Clarion County Airport, what we're discovering is that they've done a really great job of putting in this kind of temporary runway in between the hard surface and the taxiway. I landed on the hard surface last night. It's such a cool experience here. We're talking about the carrier thing. Let's keep that thing going.
Yeah.
You're coming in. I mean, it was night, so we couldn't see as much, but you're basically coming in onto like a little plateau here at this airport.
Okay.
So like if you were to depart off the end, as our pilots will do in a minute, Cam, there's like a drop off. I mean, we're in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, the foothills, the ridges. We have ridges around us, so yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, ridges like ruffles.
Ruffles have ridges.
Yeah, it's a professional show. If you want to follow along at home, look at Alpha X-Ray Quebec. Alpha X-Ray Quebec is the airport identifier here in Clarion, Pennsylvania. And we've heard rumors that tomorrow a giant beast may emerge from the woods.
Oh.
So that's a thing to look forward to. There's a mythical creature that lives amongst the trees, and we may see that mythical creature.
Is it like Groundhog Day except for Bigfoot?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. We're just going to see what happens.
If he sees a shadow, summer's coming.
That's exactly how it works. All right, first up in the Alpha Heat, you're going to see Gary Varga in that famous 540 Romeo Lima, the Rands S7. Dennis Rowe's going to be flying in his 2020 Just Aircraft Highlander. And Matt Dorssom, the champion from last year, the sport class champion in the 1995 Kitfox 4, will also be practicing for you today.
Ooh.
So Gary Varga's rolling, engine spinning.
I hear it.
He's right behind us. He's coming right at us. That's actually a really cool camera angle. I don't know if you guys can see him back there. And look at the angle of attack of that airplane. I mean, it's totally competition built. Pat McIntyre used to fly it, sold it to Gary Varga when Pat moved over to the Badlands Traveler. And you can see he can see over the nose, but like if you drew a line from his eyeballs, it would like literally stop right at the tip of the nose there. And so he's got to do a little bit of S-turns. He's got to keep an eye where he's going because he's got that deck angle so high. That's going to help him later at the takeoff, Cam. I don't know if you want to tell folks a little bit about how that all works. Like, why do we have noses so high in National STOL?
It's for that angle of attack. You're pretty much ready to fly almost. You just need to apply power, right? So you have that high angle, that high deck angle or high angle of attack, and your wings are pretty much into the wind. So he has a few choices. He can bring the tail up and go straight, or he can just pull back on the stick with that deck angle and get airborne.
And that airplane, I've flown that airplane. I've been lucky enough to get a little stick time under the tutelage.
Yeah, we both have.
Of Pat. Oh, that's right, you also did. Yeah, so Pat McIntyre gave me a little instruction in that plane. So what I will say is, if you are not a STOL legend, maybe a STOL legend in the making, if you're me, it will fly, and it'll take off in 3-point attitude, no problem. You don't need to do anything. It will just claw its way into the air. There's so much power on tap. I remember we'd taken off of runway 36 in Hartford, and we were a few, 5-10 feet off the ground, and Pat was like, "You can throttle back. You're just making noise right now." Like, once you're off the ground, that thing's got a lot of extra go juice it doesn't need, so we were able to throttle back. So, folks, throughout the weekend, we got to talk about who your favorite pilot is. And you can do that at vote.nationalstol.com.
All righty.
Little different link this year, but vote.nationalstol.com. Voting ends at the end of competition tomorrow. Green flag now. Gary Varga pulling maybe just a little early.
Just a wee bit. The plane didn't want to fly, so it stayed on the ground just a little bit, but he's got it up and running, so it's all good at the moment.
So we'll get the first score of Appalachian Mountain STOL 2026. First takeoff score in just a second for you folks.
All righty.
Next up,
Dennis Rowe.
he's out to mow the grass. He's ready to go. I love watching Dennis Rowe fly.
Yeah.
And the returning champion, second event of the year, Matt Dorssom on the line.
This beautiful Apex-powered Kitfox. It's a Yamaha snowmobile engine on the front of that aircraft. All right.
And so
they seem like they're pretty close in line on takeoffs.
Yeah, they feel pretty close. So far, we only have the looks like Gary Varga took off at 142 feet. The other scores coming in from the judges in just a moment. Gary Varga actually turning left base to final right now. Final approach for him right there. I think if I look at the conditions today, the feather flags are minimal.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. So that's one thing. If you're new to STOL, we always talk about STOL pilots love wind on the nose. All pilots should, but STOL pilots especially love a little wind on the nose, maybe not in cruise flight. And so here comes Gary Varga.
Chopping the throttle. He plopped it in. Nice plop. See if he gets it stopped.
Flew that airplane all the way from Camp Lake, Wisconsin.
Yeah, hopefully he had a tailwind, so it took him a little less time to get here. But
did he get in yesterday, or was it a Wednesday before? Because I flew in yesterday. We had like a 30 to 40 knot tailwind.
Okay.
We were cooking, but I flew in an RV-10. Sorry, that's like a weird flex. It's not mine. It's not my RV-10, but we were seeing 200 knots straight and level at some points there, over the ground, not airspeed. Here comes Dennis Rowe now. Short final, much lower. Ooh, right on the line, and it's a scratch for Dennis Rowe on his first practice run in Bigfoot country.
Yeah. He got it stopped, though. That's good. We normally don't see – well, we'd like to normally see that, but most times – if they scratch, they just keep going.
Yeah, you got to stop.
Gotta stop.
Because what if you're wrong?
Exactly.
What if you're wrong?
Yeah.
So we got some numbers coming in here. It looks like the judges are updating the score sheet, but takeoff distances, I can tell you right now. This guy, low and to your right, Matt Dorssom, came in with a 103-foot takeoff. That was 39 feet better than Gary Varga. So actually, like, for practice, that's not too far of a spread.
No.
Ooh, holding it off, plopping it in, and it's good over the line. Look at the joy on our line judge's face there. And he's also like sliding to a stop there a little bit. wet conditions. It did literally just finish raining right before practice started. We had kind of like what do you call like a middle bit? That's a weird way to describe it. Just like medium rain.
It was medium rain. Yeah, it wasn't like super hard, but it wasn't like drizzle at all.
So Cam, you were on the ground at Swamp STOL.
Yeah.
And we saw Matt Dorssom there. What do you think? I mean, we're just one takeoff and landing into practice today, but what do you think based on what you saw at Swamp STOL for his competitive spirit?
Man, his competitive spirit has not died. I mean, he is full throttle, ready to be here, ready to put down some scores. I mean, he is pretty far from home, relatively. He's all the way in Kansas, right? I think it's Kansas. I don't think it's Nebraska. Yeah. So, I mean, like, he had a nice trip. I know that he planned to come out and hang out with Dennis Rowe, which he did last year, and that's why he's here this year, hanging out with Dennis. But they had a great time in the backcountry, but his competitive spirit is full throttle.
There's Gary Varga, second takeoff of practice. You know, one of the things that I talked to Matt about just during the pilot briefing, he said, he's here. He's trying to get the 2 longest trips of the year out of the way for him.
Okay.
He wants to maintain competitiveness on the season standings again.
Yes.
And so he had to get a couple in, and so that's why he flew all the way to Swamp STOL. Here's Dennis Rowe. Clean that time. Felt way cleaner that time.
Yeah.
So just looking at the weather, Cam, I mean, I don't know if you want to break it down for folks.
Yeah, winds out of the 299, almost 300. At 6 miles an hour, or 5.25 knots. What we have gusts of 6.93 miles per hour. It's changing. We're getting some updated information right now.
Good clean one for Matt Dorssom. I say that and then I think about it. Maybe could have pulled a half second later. The interesting thing is when the rain gust front came through, it was a max gust of 22 knots, which is that's howling.
That is howling.
But right now, folks, what that means to you in terms of the wind is we have a light wind. I mean, 3.36 miles per hour, 3.8 miles per hour right now, and out of 286. So a crosswind from the right for the pilots as they come in.
Which was a common theme last year. At the competition here last year, those winds were coming off the tree line out here and causing some rotors, so the pilots were a little weary of it, but it seems like it's a common theme.
Settling in now, Gary Varga. That one felt like he could have rounded out maybe a little bit more. Like the last one, he plopped it real hard.
Yeah.
This one maybe he didn't want to, but I felt like that the shocks will do it. I mean, look at the shocks in that plane.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But he looked like he had a little bit more energy directed into the ground on that one.
Then the plopper?
Oh, no, I forgot. I don't know why I'm one run behind in my mind. But, yeah, no, that one was pretty easy. Like you said, he did round it out, and it was smooth like butter.
We've seen a lot of growth from Gary over the last couple of years, too, as a pilot, like a STOL pilot.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He used to fly a 1 of 1, a Miss America.
Yeah, which I don't think that airplane was really a STOL competitive aircraft, or at least by design.
Dennis Rowe, good over the line, coming
yeah.
to a stop, just sliding through the grass. Somewhere between the 225, 250-foot line there. And now we're starting to get some scores in here. Total score on that first run for Gary Varga was 342, 8 feet longer this time on run 2. If this were competition, Dennis Rowe would be on the board now with 371. And Matt Dorssom, combined score of 233 on his first run.
Taking the low approach. He's going to plop it in as well.
And then watch, folks, just watch really sliding this time. He is like, it's like he's been doing some rally racing in the off season. He's like sliding around. Now during competition, and actually we just heard from race control in our ears here that he was issued a warning for that one. Like he's got, I'm wondering if there's a brake issue.
I really am too, because that looked like full rudder deflection, and it wasn't it wasn't giving. He was going one direction and his rudder was going a different one. So,
and that can be part of the challenge of flying a tail dragger, right? You get into that slower ground speed, your tail's not as effective, and you're ground looping it. I don't know if you've ever. I have. I'll admit it. Have you ground looped the Champ?
Not due to weather. I had a tail wheel issue and it locked up in one direction.
Okay. Mine was a skill issue. I'll just say it.
Okay.
A skill issue.
It happens
when I was doing my student training, student pilot training, and just had a little lazy right turn, just along for the ride. Full left boot. Nothing's gonna stop it. You're just going for the ride. So, all right, Gary Varga. Getting a little braver with the tail. Ooh, that was nice and short.
That was great.
So he improved last run from 142 down to 120. I feel like this might be even shorter than that.
It's got to be. It looked great as far as compared to his last couple takeoffs. All right, yeah. Good number. Pretty close to Matt Dorssom's first number. 104 feet on that takeoff for Gary Varga.
Dennis Rowe.
And hee-haw.
We got hee-haws, we got yee-haws.
Mad dogs.
Why do you come to National STOL? Well, mostly for the hee-haws and the yee-haws. Where's Levi Nogas when you need him?
Seriously.
Matt Dorssom climbing like a homesick angel in that Kitfox.
All righty.
Plane's coming around the bend here at Clarion County Airport. So Gary Varga's now on left base.
Let's see what Matt Dorssom's takeoff was. 106 for that takeoff from Matt Dorssom. So Gary Varga at 104, his last takeoff, and Dennis Rowe at 134 on his last takeoff. So they're dancing within, 30, 40 feet of each other as far as the spread goes for takeoffs alone. And here comes Gary right now, a little high. He's going to chop the throttle as we can see right now. He's going to put in some rudder work.
He's got that right aileron down. There we go.
Yeah.
And now he's just stick full back, just sliding on that turf. I think that's going to be shorter for him.
I agree. I think that's going to be a good one for him. And paired with that takeoff, he should have his shortest number. And it is. All right. Total combined score of 315. Compared to 342 his first run and 350 his second run. So he's getting it dialed in, as we like to say.
Coming in kind of hot for Dennis Rowe.
No.
A lot of energy to dissipate, working the binders. He's trying the human anti-lock brake approach. He was like tap, 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 tap.
So Dennis Rowe had a takeoff of 134. We'll see what is paired with on this run for this landing. It looks like we can hear Heat 2 getting ramped up behind us. They're getting ready. That's 195 for his landing for a combined total of 329. That is going to be his longest run today. Matt Dorssom just easing it in. And his aircraft affectionately named Mad Dog. His takeoff was 106 for this run. 129 on his landing, so a combined total of 235. Did not get over 280 for a combined total at all between these three runs.
And because we have a little bit thinner of a crowd here in the sport class, and it's practice. They're going to get a couple more practice runs today, which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's
Some
awesome.
more sport class action. The sport class, I mean, Cam, I don't know if we're allowed to play favorites. What's your favorite class?
Oh, that's a super hard question because the sport class, I mean, you're normally going to see getting up there really close to unlimited numbers at some times, you know?
It feels like other than now the shift to adventure class,
Yeah.
most of the unlimited class pilots, they graduate from sport class the last 5 years.
I hadn't thought about that, but that's true. I don't know if I can answer that question though, because
You're gonna upset someone.
I'm
no matter
definitely
what.
gonna upset somebody. But I mean, I don't want to like cop out and say the unlimited class is my favorite, but
I think it's like you love all your children the same, and maybe for different reasons.
that's true.
Like unlimited class is just like fire-breathing craziness. Matt Dorssom, fire-breathing craziness. I mean, the power-to-weight ratio of that plane is insane.
Yeah.
I feel like, I often have, historically, you could pull a clip tape and be like, oh, my favorite's touring class. Because, I don't know why I sound like an old man, back in my day, because they're heavy and it's like more about more of a balance, right? Like an energy balance. It's less about horsepower versus lightweight. You've just got high horsepower and high weight.
Yeah.
I think every class, the wilderness class, bonkers.
Yeah.
There's my first bonkers of the day.
First one live of the season with you in person.
I was live. I was live. For
You were live.
STOL.
Yeah.
Here it gets good. There we go, Gary Varga. Good over the line. Sliding to a stop. There's a little bit of that, like, 10. I think maybe it could just be, like, some wind. Like, we got some wind. We got some wetness. Just a little slippy, slidey action.
Yeah, there is. This is not for the faint of heart. I mean, this is definitely not for a student pilot without someone sitting in the back doing a little coaching. But maybe between sport and cub class, because as we'll see a little bit later on, I mean, Lee Boyd does a great job in the cub class. Those numbers from him are always ridiculous.
Yeah, there's always kind of someone who makes the plane work in a way that you don't think it should. And I feel like Lee Boyd, you're going to see him fly later. He does that. And it's interesting because I think Lee Boyd, when I play video games, my buddies and I, we call ourselves the Sneaky Boys.
Yeah.
We sneak around and are competitive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I feel like Lee Boyd's like the sneaky boy.
Yeah.
He's always just kind of like, I always joke about him like walking softly and carrying a big stick.
Mm-hmm.
Like he kind of comes and surprises you. And I think that's interesting because there's a different, you think about like the pilot who used to fly Romeo Lima there, the yellow one. Here's Matt Dorssom on final, plopping it over the line.
Let's
Good
go.
Practice run. And is he direction? Well, he's got direction. Okay, he's got it more straightened out. He's taking that warning to heart there. Talking about like Pat McIntyre, like, pilots have like their little signature things that they do. Pat McIntyre's always like the last run of the day. Pull it out of a hat, magic. Lee Boyd's kind of just the like so smooth you didn't realize it was also like 7 feet. I'm exaggerating, but like,
But I mean, seriously, yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. So it looks like in this last run, Dennis Rowe scratched, but Gary Varga with a 261, that slipped up on us, combined total, and Matt Dorssom with a 248, which is his second longest run for today. 278 was his longest run. So Gary's getting it really dialed in. I mean, he went from 315, went from the 300s, now in the mid 200s as he climbs out in front of us.
and look at what the wind is doing now. We've like some of the flags are showing a crosswind from the right.
Yeah.
I think they all are now. I must have just switched because I saw some flags going the other way too.
Yeah.
And it feels like they're sliding to tailwind. I don't know. Something's coming over these trees.
Yeah, I mean, like the wind. So we're kind of we're at a slight angle to the runway right now, and it's coming to us in our faces. It's hitting us in the face. So maybe a slight tailwind.
Here comes Matt Dorssom.
Okay, pulled a little early, and we say that because he did not lift off the mains when he commanded it to. It was slightly afterwards. Just need a little bit more airspeed over the wings. Gary Varga on final for us. Ballooned up just a little bit. Maybe he hit a little thermal or something, but he's pretty high. He's going to slip it in.
Slip it.
Slippy toad.
Slip it real good. Here he comes. The commander from Camp Lake. Oh, dropping it down on that right main. Now he's got to keep it straight, Gary. Okay. We got it.
All right.
I got excited.
Yeah.
Got excited.
All right.
Felt that. I bet he felt that one.
Definitely great effort from Gary.
Yeah, you fly it. You keep flying it the whole way.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Here I was thinking he was too high and he was going to stay too high, and chop the throttle, put the flaps down, gave it a little slip action. As we have Dennis Rowe on final right now.
And I feel like, is that
Yeah, that's Adam
Gordon in his in 185 taxiing by? Just, hey guys,
look at my pretty plane.
what are you guys doing? Doing a little stole? Okay, Dennis Rowe, nice and low, coming in, dropping that tail. Good over the line. Heavy on those brakes and modulating it just right, just in that Goldilocks zone.
Yeah. It looks like Matt Dorssom is going to approach the line below the tree line, so maybe to avoid some of these rotors that might be working off the tree line.
Today is all about finding what works best for you, your plane, and the particular airport we're flying at.
Yeah.
And that was pretty textbook. I feel like he could have got heavier on the brakes, but we know he's been having some directional issues. So being more conservative. Cam, I remember the last time I was here was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like the wind was very consistent over that line of trees.
It was.
Because we're up, I mean, you can see, Wick, we're up above the base of the trees. There's a little bit of a ridge action happening there, and then there's the trees. Last year, was that the same experience? This kind of head slash crosswind for the pilots?
Yeah, it was the exact same experience. And I feel like the winds were about how they are now as far as intensity, maybe just a little bit more intense. But they were really, the pilots last year were really talking about what happens when you dip below the tree line, and how advantageous it was to do that as opposed to just fight it all the way down. We got Gary passing us right now.
Little thumbs up from Gary there.
Yeah, he's happy about those runs. He should be. And Dennis Rowe and Matt Dorssom look like they're heading to the fuel barn, and we're going to get geared up for the second heat coming up in just a little bit. Get everybody back to their barns and hangars. Yeah, but the weather here, which I often forget about until I show up, and then it's like, oh yeah, tree line,
Yeah.
wind over the tree line. All right,
Plateau.
Yeah,
We're up. I mean, not like substantially, maybe like 100 feet. Like if you look off the departure end,
yeah.
it drops off there. That does a thing to the wind. Yeah, it's all kind of coming together. So that is the sport class practice here at Appalachian STOL. And, teeing up for tomorrow, obviously Matt Dorssom, the one to beat.
Yes. Yeah. Like you said, that competitive spirit for him is just, it's out of this world for sure, especially if you're going to come all the way from Kansas to Swamp STOL and to here. And last year, was it last year or was it 2 years ago that he made that run where he was pretty much going to all of them?
It was last year, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's interesting because last year, part of the story for me was because he went to every single one, not only did he kind of just trounce everybody on the season points, he improved and improved and improved. And what was interesting is I think at the beginning of the season, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, I don't think the other sport class pilots really considered him a threat.
I don't think so. No, because I feel like they would have really come to show up had they known how the season was going to end.
And then by the end, they came back. There was like a middle bit of the season, some of the like heavy hitter sport pilots, weren't coming to some of the events. At the end of the season, they came back to try to defeat him on the point standpoint.
Yeah.
But he was beating them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that like part of the story for him last season was just the proficiency story of like, man, like we're getting it all done. We're gonna take a quick break, folks. We're gonna be back with more practice here at Appalachian STOL 2026. Be right back. What's up, Av Geeks and STOL Freaks? Welcome to Lone Star STOL here in beautiful Sulphur Springs, Texas. It's Luke Spore, everybody, 2019 American Legend Aircraft MOAC. Round of applause for Chuck Olmstead. In the gray and orange MOAC, Brian Shirley, everybody. Give a round of applause for Brian Steck.
It's good. Textbook.
Sub 60 feet on that one. It's an unlimited class. It's what you've been waiting for. That's right, the Beast Mode MOAC, Colin Kaniva.
Frank Knapp showing that he deserves to belong here. Whoa, that was legendary.
And we are back in Shippensville, Pennsylvania at Clarion County Airport.
What a weird name. What a way to say it. They've been so kind to us. Something like, what a weird name for a town with no ships in it. But maybe there's ships. I haven't seen the whole place.
Or maybe everyone just comes here to FedEx ship everything.
Yeah, wow. They're going to kick us out, Cam. We're getting ready for the next heat of practice here at Clarion County Airport, like Cam mentioned. I would just say I'm from Wisconsin. I'm used to cold. I didn't come prepared for the cold. I am wearing 1, 2, 3 coats. Well, a sweatshirt, a coat, and a coat.
Yes.
A sweatshirt and 2 coats. I'm pretty cold. Still pretty cold here in Clarion County, and that's all right. Sometimes, the weather's the weather. You got to get out there and fly anyway. So that's what we're dealing with today. Well, also, we've been talking about the wind cam. We should have a wind cam. You're the wind cam.
I will tell you what I see.
Tell me about the wind. What's going on out there? Oh, there's the wind cam, the flag, the great stars and stripes.
There we go. It's still coming. It's still pretty much a direct crosswind, but now it feels just a little different. So we've got some gusts happening. The wind is kind of whipping out here. So it's whipping in Shippensville.
Whipping and Shippensville. I love it. The wind, I'm watching our weather station right now as it kind of updates every 30 seconds, and right now it's showing, wind 297. That's a little bit closer to 24 that they're operating on, so it's a little bit less, but then I saw some numbers, up closer to in the 3s.
Yeah, 310, 7 knots.
Yeah, so it's kind of goofing. It's kind of goofing around. There we go. I can see it right now on the flags, kind of more of a heavier crosswind from the right. And so that's the thing we're going to be dealing with today. Hoping for a little more wind as the things like heat up a little bit. And then we have a front that kind of came through right before practice started. We got a little wet. Now that's drying off. You can see the taxiway starting to dry off. Yes. Hopefully the turf is drying off. Matt Dorssom had a little bit of some left turning tendencies on rollout, let's call it.
Yeah.
And I think some of that could have been, braking issues, but also just could have been is wet.
It really is. This grass is as thick as it is. Like, it can't be as grippy as we're normally used to, especially with all that water that's on it right now. But it looks like it is quite probably dissipating, like you said. The taxiway is drying up in the center line, which is a great thing. So that grass also has to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, let's dry it out, make it a little grippier. Let's get some even shorter landing distances for our pilots here in practice here at the third annual running of the the Appalachian Mountain STOL competition. Folks, kind of cool thing we're doing this season. Just want to make sure you know about it. We're also simulcast on Live Air Show TV, our friends over there. So that's really cool. Live Air Show TV, obviously bringing you all of the air shows over the summer. If you want to watch those remotely, they typically do shows like Oceana, the big Oceana air show at the Master Jet Base and things like that. Yeah. So we're part of their little family sometimes when we come on, and we're simulcast with them right now, and that's really cool. The other thing, Cam, is this is the second event of the season. Next up, we're going to be over at Pony Express STOL, May 29th and 30th in St. Joseph, Missouri. And then after that, a little bit of a break. You can take June off to wrench on your plane. Get ready to bring it back. You're going to bring the champ to Hartford, Wisconsin?
I have. No, not Hartford. I'd love to, and go to Oshkosh right afterwards because of the class of '46.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. You got an old airplane. Take it up to Oshkosh this year because they're celebrating aircraft made in 1946.
Love that. Yeah. So it's that Sodbuster STOL, July 17th and 18th, right before AirVenture.
Yeah.
AirVenture, just because I do a little work with EA, I'll just tease for some folks. I've sat in some meetings, and I can't say what I've seen in the meetings, but I will tell you that in relation to the 250th anniversary of this great country, you're going to see some stuff.
Oh,
you're going to see some cool stuff, just like we saw that in at Sun and Fun. couple weeks ago. You're going to see some stuff at the show up in Oshkosh, so that's going to be really cool. After that, we're I'm not Canadian. We're up into the mountains for Rocky Mountain STOL, August 14th and 15th in Pinedale, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah. That's a good place.
And then we're going over to Oregon right after that in late August over at Cresswell. That's going to be rad, a new event in Oregon. It'll be really fun. We've got a lot of, like, STOL, the West Coast STOL clans are kind of based out of that area.
Yeah.
Kyle Bushman and folks like that. Some of our other competitors kind of based out of that area.
Yeah, the Holmans. And
the Holmans, right?
Yeah.
And their skeleton buddy.
Yeah, Theodore's
the
going to be
skeletons
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wrapping up the season, we're going to be over in October at Lebanon, Tennessee for Music City STOL. We'll be back at X-Ray, November X-Ray later. This is a temporary location while they fix the ramp. They're doing some ramp maintenance where we have the huge party and the massive country music concert. Yeah. They're fixing that ramp up, so we're got to take a year to go to different places. Still be just outside of Nashville there in Tennessee. And then things wrap up October 29th and 29th through the 31st in Sulphur Springs, Texas at our big friends, the Legends.
Oh, yeah.
American Legend Aircraft. You can go see the Nomads and the MOAX fly for Lone Star STOL in the national finals. So that's the season this year. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be really good. We're back and strong, man. Like, I know last season was filled with some adversity, but we're a phoenix. We're a phoenix from the ashes, maybe literally. And we got a new trailer.
Yeah,
I don't know why they didn't
let.
Why are we sitting in the trailer though? That feels like a.
I know. I thought
we were so pampered before, and now they're like, Cam Ryan, get into the elements.
Yeah.
Go be cold.
We're back to our grassroots roots.
Yeah, that's all right. So they got the trailer. We got a big truck for all the production people to hang out in and work in, and that's really cool. So proud to be part of this team. It's really, really fun season last year, wrapping it out, and now this year heading into 2026.
Yeah, man. Glad that you're here. I'm glad to be back as well, especially here at Clarion County Airport. It is definitely one of my, I mean, all of them, like you said, you love them for different reasons, but the food here is pretty good. We got Sweet Basil's that caters to us for the award ceremony.
That's right.
And then I don't think it's on the schedule this year, but I'm going to have to make my way to Clarion River Brewing, or the brewery out there, because they have super dope food. And
the food here is great. And the other thing, I just like being here now, not to drop a pop culture reference, but we've been coming to Pennsylvania for a while.
Yeah.
But The Pit, that show, real big on HBO, and now everyone wants to come to this area and see if they could see Noah Wiley. They could just come see some STOL. Hey, I don't know where to go with that. We're waiting on these aircraft to fire up for the next heat of practice here. I want to talk about our friends at ICOM Radios. If you're any part of aviation, you know about ICOM Radios. They're literally like the radio people. Those radios used by our line judges and our staff to help everyone communicate all season long. And they've been a supporter of National STOL, and we really appreciate them. So thank you, ICOM Radios, for that. And next up, I think we're going to be seeing some Cub class excitement. I think that's Ryan Melendez kind of waiting in the wings, no pun intended. There's Lee Boyd. I see a Lee Boyd colored and shaped thing with a prop turning in front of it, moving over there. So I think we're just waiting to get the heat all assembled there in the Cub class. This is, Cam, we should maybe talk to folks about the Cub class and what it is.
Yeah, let's do it. Normal, your normal Super Cub types, not quite your J3s, but your backcountry quintessential Cub variants that are in this class. You have flaps.
You got some horsies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't forget about the horsies.
You got some horsies, and then you just can't have like the crazy lift modifying devices, right? Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah. You can have VGs, We can't have slats?
I'll pull the rule book up here and we'll see about the slats side of it. But the basically what Cam said what you said that hits it on the head is it's the quintessential Super Cub-esque airplanes. There's also a vintage Cub class that was new last year, and that was for like the Pipers, the J3s and the Champs, the flapless birds, as it were, the low horsepower flapless birds. So that's another cool thing that we've done. And I think part of what makes that cool, a couple things to note as Ryan Melendez taxis out in this kind of return to an airplane he used to fly here. The National STOL folks, along with the pilot committee and the rulemaking committee, it's not just like one organization, it's a team effort here. They saw that maybe the Cubs needed their own class to be competitive against some of the other things they were flying with, and so they changed it. And they got a Cub class, and then it was like, well, we want to make the sport more accessible.
Yeah.
So let's throw a vintage Cub class in there, and we see that at Hartford, right? They've got a Cub flight school there, Cub only J3 flight school there, and that's where they really come out.
Yeah, that's where. Technically, you really came out, huh?
Yeah, I came out as a pilot.
Yes, as a
yeah, I was a pilot. Got my training there at Cub Air Flight. Here's Ryan Melendez saving me from this awkward conversation. Flying off into the sky, belly pod and all.
Wow. If you look at that gear, I guess I'm just used to looking at like Gary's airplane right now. Like that Cub looks pretty squat, even with the belly pod beneath it. All right, so
look at we got the winds kind of flopping around here. We're hearing in our ears. Race control kind of letting people know we got a 6-knot tailwind. Now it looks like wind's calm. Lee Boyd.
Blue Tranquility off into not the sunset, but he is airborne. And let's see. We were looking up the Cub class. Yep, you can have VGs or wing cuffs, but no slat spoilers or drag devices or wing extensions.
So the other person that we'll see flying in this class tomorrow will be David Warren. And he's another one that's kind of like the sneak up, and he's another sneaky boy.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
Sometimes you'll be like, whoa, out of nowhere, David Warren. Speaking out of nowhere, it sounds like we have a helicopter coming in.
Yeah, Metaflight.
So that's Stat Medevac based on the field here. They've been really gracious to having us here. They're just like, like we're good.
Yeah,
you guys do your thing. We'll
work
do our
around
thing.
you. Yep.
And so looks like they've been at work for a while and coming in on their little approach there. That's a very dramatic cloud base behind them there. And those folks, that team of people, man, they're here 24/7.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the field, waiting for the alarm to go off and go save some lives. So here comes Ryan Melendez. He's got those flaps dropped, kind of floating her in. Looks like we've gone from a tailwind back to a crosswind, pretty much direct crosswind.
Yeah.
Actually, look at the runway right now, Cam. Headwind, crosswind to a quartering tailwind by the end of the runway. Here he is now.
Ooh.
Coming in with some smash, but I can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
Helicopter's coming in now. Lee Boyd is going to be off on. I would normal airport ops, you'd call that short final, but in National STOL land, that's
yeah, he's fairly far out
might as well
there.
be in in Europe.
Yeah.
I got to say, modern helicopter technology, we were talking about this before, there's also an MD-500 on the field.
Well, it looks like Lee Boyd is going to do a go-around.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's helicopter-based, right? We know as pilots, if you go in your training, they're always kind of like, look out for the choppers.
Really?
What they're putting down in terms of rotor can be pretty surprising sometimes. You know, we talk about wake turbulence. Actually, the last time I flew, I was flying last week. We took off, and my flight instructor was waiting to see what I would do. I tried to – but the rule, folks, while we wait for Lee Boyd to go around the pattern, is that you want to take off before the plane in front of you and, like, not intersect its climb angle, right? So you're trying to, like, out-climb the plane in front of you. I tried to out-climb a plane I couldn't out-climb. And so we went right through its wake. It was a bigger aircraft, like private jet size. And we took a little
bump.
Little whoopsie-doodle through that. So yeah, it's something to be mindful of. And then the choppers do a whole different thing. And there's some videos online of small aircraft, particularly with, like, the large birds like the Hueys and the Blackhawks, God forbid a sea stallion or something.
Oh, my
these
goodness,
like big, these like really big helicopters. They're just they're putting so much rotor down, no pun intended, and so I bet that's why Lee Boyd went around there. So Stat Medevac is powering down there. It's a beautiful bird, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, when he was going around, I was waxing poetic about how quiet the helicopters are now. The MD-500 is like almost silent.
Yeah.
Compared to some of these, like, military birds we're used to.
Yeah, it looks like Lee is nice and stable on his approach right now. And the wind has completely died. I mean, it is barely causing any movement for our feather flags. So Lee's going to be battling no wind at the moment. And he's good over the line, as we can hear his stall horn all the way out here. And Blue Tranquility is stopped. Just a little bit over 225 feet. So Ryan Melendez scratched his first run. And Lee Boyd is going to be 362 combined total. That was a 136 takeoff and a 226 landing. So yeah, right over 225, but just barely on his landing. Ryan Melendez heading up to the line right now, and I'm still not getting over how squat that Cub looks. Maybe it's just the size of the tires.
I think you're just used to fat tire Cubs at this point.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
that's like what it should normally look like. That's what they normally look like. Here's Ryan Melendez now. No cowl on that beast, just flying up.
Yeah.
So that airplane, Ryan Melendez at the controls, used to be over the New Jersey shore, flying banners. And by used to, I mean last
week. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess technically I was right. Used to last week.
Okay. Race control telling us that he's going to go back to flying banners next week.
So what a banner day for him then. Lee Boyd, full throttle, tail up. Not quite ready to fly. He's got like almost no wind to work with right now. Let's, Cam, while they go around the pattern, let's say hi to a couple people in the chat. First of all, Lexi Duncan is in the chat, our chief line judge, who couldn't be here this weekend. She says, hi, Ryan and Cam. How come you got Cam? And I just got Ryan.
That's how she greets me. Cam!
I want Ryan. We miss you too, Lexi. Also, hello to Mark John Tone and Cat Blue Flame.
Yeah.
Crystal is in the chat. Crystal saying this should be fun to see Ryan not in Goldie. He's flying the other banner tow plane he uses to fly along the Jersey Shore.
Nice.
First time flying it since towing a banner with it back in 2021. So it's been thanks Crystal for that history. Here he comes now.
Flaps down. Stabilized approach. Good over the line. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, approaching 250 on that landing. We'll see what the official number is in just a moment.
Chris Kanata also in the chat. Chris, I think, is saying about, we were talking about why is the food so good here. It's Chris is saying the Pennsylvania water makes everything better. I don't know.
I mean, I'll
that
take
could also
it.
be sarcasm. I don't know. I've had the water's been fine. I don't know. Okay, Lee Boyd in from the right there, settling down and pretty stable approach.
Yeah. And as always, we've got enough love. Actually, I'm not going to say enough. We've got some love from the STOL crowd. So, Cat Blue Flame, Chris Kanata, LBR in the chat as well from the STOL crowd. I'll be talking to them next weekend as we do Appalachian Mountain STOL on Microsoft Flight Simulator. With Lee Boyd coming in right now. Nice and easy, but that is going to be a scratch. And the wind has died down once again. So he had just a little bit of wind on the nose, it seemed. And then it completely died out. And if you've been a fan of National STOL for a while, you know that once that happens, you get into wing dipping territory real quick.
Yeah, it's not a great time to dip anything.
No, not at all.
And then, for those of you who are learning more about airplanes, it's true because when the wing dips, you want to use your hand to fix that problem.
Yes.
But no, sir, no, madam. You got to step on it.
Please step on it.
That's basically it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Not into it. Step away. Step away.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
don't step
yes.
into it, yeah.
Yes.
We're not flight instructors, folks. Not yet. Nope. No, ma'am. No, sir. This is just entertainment, and you should get real flight instructor from a real flight instructor. And you should go get your pilot's certificate because it's dope.
It is
It's
dope.
super fun.
Dude, I got my first biannual coming up this year in September or October.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
You gotta, if you can sneak one in, you can just get a new rating instead. All right, here comes Ryan Melendez. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That was a power move.
Yeah, I would love to get my commercial. Probably should get instrument before commercial, but you know, you can get commercial too first if you want to.
Well, I mean, you can do a lot of things as like a biennial. Can you even do like a like a seaplane or a tail wheel? We already have your tail wheel.
Yeah.
Like things like that can count as a BFR as well, I think. Just add any sort of like resetting of your ratings. Lee Boyd pouncing. Yeah, but a little early. They just like so minimal wind today. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens tomorrow. We're going to have that same level of kind of. I'm going to pull the forecast up here.
And Ryan Melendez on left base. Making that turn for final. No such thing as left or right final.
How come I hear it on the radio so much then?
Almost like the all call for, is there anybody in the pattern?
Chicago Center, November 7th, 340 for Victor with you.
Nice. Yeah.
Not supposed to say that either. You're obviously with them. You're talking to them. All right, here's Ryan Melendez. Wow, we're cutthroat today. Here he goes. Oops, settling it down. Good over the line. And I kind of want to see this thing pull a banner. I wonder if he's got any banners around. Banner towing, folks, is one. I mean, it's like a lost art. And what's so cool about it, watching them pick up the banner, have you seen that in person?
Yeah.
It is so cool. They'll come in, they dive down at the banner. Like there's like a basically just a rope, a cable with a banner attached to it, and they have the hook hanging down there, and they dive down and they grab it, and they have to climb super high deck angle to try to get it off the ground, because otherwise you drag it. I'm so excited. You drag it along the grass, it's going to pull you in.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
All the friction from the banner on the grass, so you got to get it up off the ground so you can fly away. It's so exciting.
It is very exciting.
Very dramatic.
I mean, if you're into roller coasters, you would love that.
Be a banner tow pilot.
Yeah.
Lee Boyd, saddle. Look at how stable. A little bit of power. A little bit of power. A little high now. Dropping, plopping, and stopping.
Oh, yeah.
Can you banner tow in Flight Simulator?
Yeah, you can. It is.
Is it like accurate? Like, will it just drag you into the ground if you do it wrong?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but that's what's cool about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is they have all the career-oriented side quests that you can do. I don't think actually they're side quests. That's like front and center.
Quests.
Quest, yes. You can do that, and then you can do eSTOL with us next weekend.
Yeah, talk to people about what's going on with eSTOL.
Yeah, it's
next weekend. What's eSTOL, Cam?
It is exactly what you're watching live right here, but it's in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing we're doing here next week, either on your Xbox or on your home PC. And I'll be on the mic once again. I don't know who's going to join me this time. Last time we had a guest. We had Forder on with me, and he was cool. He's a Canadian guy, pilot and e-simmer. But yeah, exactly what you're seeing right here, we're going to be doing next weekend on Microsoft Flight Simulator next Saturday. And it seems like our production crew is pretty much comprised of mostly eSTOL crowd, eSTOL.
Yeah, they kind of took over.
Yeah.
It's weird, like the early National STOL years, I'm going to explain this because it was it's practice.
Yeah.
Early National STOL years were like law enforcement.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of law enforcement folks coming to like blow off steam on the weekends with National STOL. And now it's kind of transitioned over to, we still see them every once in a while, but now it's kind of transitioned over to the eSTOL crew.
Woo!
I guess so. Race Control reminding us that Ollie is on camera right now, or not on camera. He is operating a camera. Mm-hmm. He's a veteran in law enforcement, I believe.
I think he was in the Army too.
Yeah. Thank you for your service, Ollie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, one of the things that airplanes have to do, Cam, is they come around on left final. As Ryan Melendez comes around on left final, don't ever say that. He's coming in there. He's going to put the airplane on the ground, and then after the airplane's on the ground, he's got to stop. And the way that you stop in an airplane is with brakes.
Yes.
And we have friends at Behringer Aero that make wheels and brakes, and they help airplanes stop. Look at him coming in right now. There we go. He's going to get heavy on the brakes. I wonder if it's toe brakes on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the old Piper Cubs, Super Cubs and Piper Cubs had heel brakes, and then the world got smart and put them into toe brakes, so you could just press your feet a little differently instead of having to it's almost like heel toe downshifting in a manual car.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, you got to get the thing stopped, and you can definitely get your thing stopped with Behringer Aero. That's the new official ad copy. I just decided. Our friends at Behringer Aero all joking aside, have done such a great job taking care of all of us at National STOL. They're the red wheels. You see red wheels on planes a lot. Those are Behringer Aero wheels, and they have the brake components as well. And so we really appreciate their support. Thank you, Behringer Aero. Here comes Lee Boyd.
All right. Throwing it down into the ground over the line, so it's good for him. And getting it stopped. I can't tell exactly where, but it looks like it is sub 200 on that landing, so he's going to be really happy with that number. Especially now. So he's taxiing off, and now the wind comes back, except now it feels like it's coming from behind us in the booth.
Yeah, it's nice and cold.
Yeah. So a left crosswind for our pilots right now, as opposed to a right crosswind, which it's been for most of the competition so far, or most of practice so far.
A left crosswind for left final. It gets so much hate.
It's good hate, though, right? They don't love you unless they're talking about you.
I mean, I just don't want anyone to accidentally, like, do anything because I said so.
Oh, you already did the disclaimer that we're not CFIs, so.
Definitely not. Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. I expect to put that notch on my belt at some point.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to, if my daughters want to, I'd love to teach them to fly.
Yeah.
Ryan Melendez off for another go. Look at that boot full of right rudder he put in. Gotta do that to keep the airplane nice and straight. Got a Husky behind us, spooling up.
All righty.
Here comes Lee Boyd for his next run. His best run so far, 2:55. Ryan Melendez's best run so far, 3:29. Betty's wishing he had Goldie right now.
Betty's wishing he had Goldie.
No hate on the plane. He's fine right now, but it's just,
yeah.
You know what you know. Every
Exactly.
airplane is different. Woo! Mowing the lawn.
All righty. Even in cloudy conditions, that airplane is still just absolutely iridescent and beautiful. That blue tranquility. We got, oh yeah, Tom Pond in the chat, saying that he's installing Behringer brakes and wheels on the Pond Hopper today.
Love that.
He was supposed to be here with us this weekend, but he looks like he is installing some wheels and brakes right now, so those will be some awesome mods for him for the next competition that he shows up at, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Pony Express. So
Yeah, get ready to stop it.
yeah,
Stomp on him.
Stomp on him for sure.
Oh, there we go. Felt like he was a little bit further along, like past the line than
Yeah.
he maybe would want to be. So part of the challenge, folks, right, as we talk about this, if you're new to National STOL, right, like it's half the game on the landing is accuracy. Obviously, you don't want to land before the line to get that scratch. We talked about the carrier landing.
Yep.
You don't want to land short of the boat. You're going to go for a swim. Bleh. But then the other thing is that you still got to get that 3-wire. And for us, the 3-wire is just after the line. You can't touch the white paint at all.
Yep.
We want it to be just after the line and then get heavy on those brakes. So if you give up a plane length, planes are usually, like 20, 30 feet long?
Right.
That's 20, 30 feet added to your score if you're not touching down that close to the line. When things are right, conditions are perfect, and you've got a lot of horsepower, you'll see pilots drop that tail before the line, use it to start slowing the airplane down so that the mains hit after the line. That's how precise you can get. Look at Lee Boyd. Talk about precision.
Oh, yeah.
I said talk about precision, and then he scratched.
A precision scratch.
That was a very precise scratch.
I mean, he had the intent. He did put the nose down and plop it down. So I guess he did really want to do that. But
Yeah. A couple people to say hi to again in the chat. I'm going to steal. Well, I'm going to give credit. Cat Blue Flame had a great joke. I'm going to modify it. Cat, she says, winds today are, and then gives some. I'm going to say winds today are up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Yes. Let's
going to
go.
modify that joke a little bit. Yes, 100% Cat. They are all over the place. Tom Pond broke a shock. That's why he's doing his thing. But he's doing the black wheels instead of the red wheels from Behringer. You don't have to get red wheels with Behringer if you don't want to. The other thing that Crystal says in the chat, proud of my kiddo Ryan Melendez today. Way to give it all the devil has to give because the tail number is 666. And certainly there it is. November 666 Whiskey Romeo.
Okay.
I don't know if I would want that tail. Like if the FAA sent you that number, would you be like, nah.
No, I'd keep it because that's the mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast. I don't know. I don't know if I'd do it. I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm not like saying from like a religious standpoint. I just feel like, like sometimes I'm not like superstitious, but I'm like a little bit stitious.
Right,
like,
right. There's the bad and the good juju. So,
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, we've got that out of the way. So now, looks like we're going to have behind us, we've got a Husky powered up, and it looks like a 172. So we're going to be over to the... Actually, I don't know. This might be a merging of two classes. I believe the 172 is from the rookie class.
Yeah.
I believe that's Daniel Engel.
Okay.
But then we also have over in the Delta Heat, the Backcountry and the touring pilots can fly, and I believe which color is it? Red. So that's going to be Brayden Royal in the Aviat Husky. Also here this weekend, very excited, Phil Shearer.
Yes.
Kind of getting some heat for being just not a rookie. Just like flew the wings off that thing.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, we got.
Oh, you missed out on stickers too. So when he was looking for pennies in the Husky at Swamp Stole, he made stickers from that actual moment from the broadcast.
That's right. I saw that. Yeah. Yep. And just looking out behind us here, it looks like our coordinator Karen is being escorted around by the local sheriff's department. So
nice.
Giving them a tour. Let's take a quick break, folks. Let's take a quick break here at Clarion County Airport for National STOL, Appalachian STOL 2026.
Sarasota was created actually back in the 70s, but we and Bert and Vince, my two partners, they've sold their business to Ryan and Sean, which is my two other partners now. We started around in 1999, 2000. Just had one little spot in this hangar, and we've built it up from there. So we've been here for 23 years now. So, and then we have 5 facilities now here in the state of Florida. First starts in Tampa, Sarasota. Venice here is our main headquarters, and we have Punta Gorda and then Fort Lauderdale, Lantana. Then we have partners in Brazil, South Africa, Greece, Tullahoma, Tennessee, all over the world. We're the largest Garmin dealer in the world. So that's probably what we've been known for. So we do more installs on aircraft, general aviation, anything really under 10,000 pounds than anybody else in the world. So, and we've been that for quite a few years now. We've had it in all of our airplanes. Ever since we started with the Piper Saratoga in the early 2000s, we did the pulse oximeter and CO detector in there. We've upgraded to there. Now we have a Cessna 340 that I was talking to him in Germany last year, and he was like, oh, you got to put the cabin altitude thing in the plane. I said, well, send it to me. So we put it in there, and it actually is really nice. This aircraft flies above 18,000, 10,000 feet, so up to 23,000 feet. The other day, the cabin altitude light comes on the manufacturer's panel, and boom, the CO Guardian comes on and says, all right, you're above 10,000, your cabin altitude is above 10,000 feet. So watch out. So it's kind of nice to have that redundancy in the plane. So for a pressurized aircraft, that is so important for me. I get that oxygen mask ready, make sure my oxygen is good.
Basically, every time I do an install, I go in and I download all of the latest manuals to make sure that everything's interconnected correctly. We don't miss anything. We don't miss any on-off switches, any warning lights, or
And no sooner did we complain about how there was no wind, as now we have some gusts coming through. You can probably hear them on the mic here, but here we are, folks. Welcome back to practice at Appalachian Mountain STOL here in
Shippenville. Yeah.
Clarion, Pennsylvania, Clarion County Airport.
See. Yeah, wind is definitely picking up. It's getting a little cooler, it feels like. It's kind of nice when there's no wind because it's a little warmer. That's how it was here last year. I know the STOL Queen was out here last year, Anitra Goddard, and she bought me a hoodie that was fleece lined, and it was super nice, and I could use it right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little bit of. I mean, I don't know. I'm triple coated.
You have your fleece line.
I'm pretty okay. Yeah, I'm. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a little bit warmer. It's not too bad. I don't want to betray the Wisconsinite in me. But yeah, it's. I would call this mid. I would call this temperature 6-7.
Okay.
Yeah. That's about how I'm feeling right now here at practice in Clarion County. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Don't let Cam and I complaining about the cold keep you away from coming to an awesome event tomorrow here at Clarion County Airport. We're just practicing today, but tomorrow it's going to be the whole thing's going to be turned up to 11, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be had, including if you've got a kid, you want to bring a kid here. Pilots love, little hint, pilots love to talk about airplanes with kids. So you've got a kid who's interested in aviation or might be interested in aviation.
Yeah.
Like you gotta bring them. You gotta bring them out here to check out the airplanes. But 2, we do a paper airplane contest, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the paper airplane contest was. I think this would be like. This is where we started the paper airplane
I think,
contest.
yeah, you started it here. Here's the thing, folks. Cam is the judge of the paper airplane contest.
Oh, no.
And he rates them on a scale of 1 to 10 about both for design and distance flown.
Yes.
So he's going to be doing that tomorrow. He's going to be out there with all the kids, seeing who threw the airplane the furthest, and grading them, too, on artistic ability.
Oh, my goodness.
Half of that is true. Half of that is true.
I have to be an aerospace engineer tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, some of the designs the kids bring are pretty incredible. So we definitely really appreciate bringing your kids out. We got something fun for them to do out here. So, okay, we got a couple new planes hanging out. And we've got Adam Gordon, used to be flying a Carbon Cub. Now he is flying a 185.
Yeah.
Beautiful 185.
It is an absolutely beautiful beast of an airplane.
And then we've got our 172, which is from the rookie class there, so that'll be fun to see. It's got a little bit fatter tires for a 172. Just a bit. Just slightly bigger. And then we've got our Husky. One of 2 Huskies you're going to see this weekend, so that's really exciting. Husky, kind of like another quintessential backcountry airplane.
Mm-hmm. Very
Very famously landed on a taxiway by Harrison Ford, and I would call it like a premium, like the premium offering, because like a Super Cub you can't really get new anymore,
right?
But they're still making Huskies, and they're quite nice.
They are a Super Cub derivative.
Correct. Yeah,
yes.
It's like it's in the same family. So.
We're just waiting on that beautiful green flag. which should come any moment right now. Okay, they're doing a little bit of, okay, yeah, Adam Gordon is moving right now.
So it's an interesting proposition, right? Like, this is another Bush plane, the 185. It's an everything but the kitchen sink, including the kitchen sink airplane.
Yeah.
Are we going to get wet? Is it raining over there? Never mind. It's focus, Ryan. So the 185 is like, if I had to pick just one airplane, you said, Ryan, you can only ever have one airplane, but you can have you can have any airplane but just one. I guess, I mean, it would probably be like a PC-12 or something. But like, but if it wasn't that, it would be like a 180 or a 185, right?
Absolutely.
Like, they go fast. They cruise relatively fast. They have a ton of room inside. You can fit the whole family inside. You got a lot of cargo space, a lot of gross weight, which is the amount of weight of the plane and the stuff in it combined.
Yes.
So you've got a lot of utility there. That's a big beast, a big, heavy airplane compared to what Adam Gordon was flying last season.
Yeah. Just had the Carbon Cub last season, so, I mean.
He's got everything from wind directly on the nose to a right crosswind. It is howling out there compared to what it has been so far. And now it's kind of dying off. Yeah, I mean, we're still like variable, gusty, whatever here in Clarion County. He is full beans now, getting it accelerating on the runway. Listen to the way that thing purrs. Pulled it off and just kept that left main off the grass.
That's
just
flying
hanging
right
out
there.
right above the grass. Okay, now it's time for our 172.
Yeah.
Daniel Engel at the controls from Tyrone, Pennsylvania.
So we go from a quintessential backcountry airplane to a quintessential trainer of an airplane with the 172. It's a very high probability you will have 172 time as you get your pilot's license. And here he goes. And it's working.
Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. And she's off. And that was pretty well done.
Yes.
The challenges of flying a 172 in this type of environment are that, like one of the big ones is you don't have manual flaps. You got these electric flaps, which are very convenient in normal operations. They're very steady.
Yeah.
But they lack the preciseness, the ability to pop the flaps and get a little extra lift. Watch as the Husky takes off. You'll see what I mean. 3, 2, 1, go. See how the flaps, those are the inboard control surfaces, pop down, and then they went back in very slowly. That difference between the pop and the slow, smooth, that's what you can do when you can do it manually.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of control over the amount of lift and drag that the plane is experiencing.
Yeah, and from the pop to the slow back in, like that's all still faster than electric flaps.
Yeah. And now here, the electric flap thing is, it's also, you get there's some safety there, right?
Right.
Because the flaps aren't just disappearing. I flew a Cherokee, right? That's a very classic, another training airplane people fly. It's got a Johnson bar. That's a bar you yank on to get the flaps in and out. And when you pull on that bar in the Cherokee, there's like little clicks, so it kind of like ratchets up so it won't fall all the way down. But I don't know anyone who's flown a Cherokee who hasn't been pressing the button to release the flaps that hasn't dropped the Johnson bar and immediately lost all of the flap, which also means you're probably maybe on the edge of stalling the airplane. Adam Gordon, good over the line, a lot of energy, a lot of weight, a lot of mass, getting that puppy stopped.
But it is cool that he did stop, so he was over 300 feet. And it looks like the line judges made it out there to him. So we should get that number here in just a moment.
Now here's our 172. This is one of our rookies. It's the first time that Daniel Engel has been at the controls in National STOL. And you'll see he's got it pretty stabilized, right? So we talked about like the electric flaps. So on a 172, you're going to get them where you want them, and they're probably going to stay there now.
Yeah.
Look, see, he's got full barn doors in, settling down. So all the drag, all the lift, hold it off, hold it off, hold it good.
Oh.
No, a scratch. It was pretty close. And look how short Daniels could have stopped. I think he's not really on the brakes.
He's not really even on.
Oh, there he is. There he is on the brakes. You can get a 172 down and stop very competitively in National STOL, especially with a little bit of wind. I was trying to do my best STOL impression.
Yeah.
I should have figured out. I wasn't paying attention where I touched down, but I definitely stopped within a chunk of runway that was 700 feet.
Okay.
So
there
that
you go.
technically means I could come compete in National STOL, I think.
You could.
Would be better to be a little more accurate before you got to be more proficient than that.
Yeah, but I think you got it. It's not like you are a student pilot starting from scratch at all. You are going through your instrument training right now, sir.
Cam, you've never flown with me before. Here comes here comes Brayden Royal. Good over the line. That was very stable. I like the Huskies with the Alpha Kilo tail numbers because it makes me think of Alaska.
Yeah, it really does.
I like that. Starting to feel a little bit of wind. Of course, it's while they're taxiing back. While they taxi back, I think what we want to do is we want to go talk about some of our friends that have helped made this possible. National STOL is made possible by a number of annual sponsors that sponsor the whole thing. And so we want to thank them for their support. Clemens Insurance, Behringer Aero, Flying Eyes, Legend Aircraft, ICOM Radios, Lift Aviation USA, Moza Flight, iFly EFB, Garrettson Aviation,
Ooh.
EarthX Batteries, Tundra Tailwheel,
Another ooh.
and then prize considerations this season are provided by our friends at Sarasota Avionics and Maintenance, as well as our friends at Red Tag Art. So it takes an absolute village to put on National STOL, and they commit to help bring this to you at home and here in Pennsylvania all season long. So thank you so much to all. I mean, that's a big list. That's 13 companies that have dedicated themselves to the idea of what STOL can do for aviation.
We thank them very much. With Adam Gordon on the go right now.
Woohoo!
He pulled, and the airplane wanted to fly. That's what we're here for.
So check out what's happening with the wind right now, folks. Winds now currently 254 at 10. Nice. We got a little bit of wind on those.
Yeah.
I think it's this front that's coming in behind us here. We are on runway 24. So if you match those two numbers up, 254 compared to 24, we're almost
close.
in headwind territory. It's almost a pure headwind right now, which is perfect for this guy, Daniel Engel, in the 172. He's like, give me all the wind.
Please.
Give me all the wind. Look at up over the ridge there. Okay, there we go. Big improvement from last time. Last time was definitely like a please fly, please fly, please fly. This time was like, hey, would you like to fly? Yes, I would, sir. Here we go. Just doing a little scene in my head between him and the airplane. Here comes Brayden Royal. Cam, what's your read on Brayden? This is, you've seen him once through the pattern.
I mean, his landing was really solid. So
that was really solid
his
too.
takeoff this time was really solid last time too. But I'm getting a good read from him. I think I'm getting like almost Phil Shearer vibes almost.
And Phil isn't flying right now, but he's here.
Yes, he is here.
And he was the surprise of Swamp STOL, the good old the Cajun calamity.
Yeah.
The Swamp STOL surprise. And so he put on one heck of a show at Swamp STOL. And so between the two of them, it's going to be real fun to watch them duke it out in the backcountry class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam Gordon. Seems like he's no real issue transitioning to the heavier airplane.
No, I don't think so.
Putting in reps.
He's got a nice little setup at home to be able to put those reps in. As he hosts our pilot's dinner for Swamp STOL at his place with obstacles on both sides of the runway. He's going to get it stopped just a little bit over 250 feet. Just a hair past the booth here with Ryan and myself. And also Charles. Charles doing some work.
Charles is a member of our production team, one of the leaders.
Yes.
Working on some technical bits and bobs over here. Okay, 172 time. Daniel Engel. Let's look at his scores. Had a scratch last time, so not exactly sure where we're going to be. I want to put the hood up because it's windy and I'm a little cold, but I can't.
It is.
I got too many coats and I don't know where my hood is. I can't find it. This is the first world problems here. Here comes Daniel Engel in the 172. Holding it off. There we go, Daniel. Look at floating it in. That was a scratch, but that won my heart. He may have lost the battle, but he won my heart with that landing. That was incredibly cool. That's one. I feel like every once in a while you have a landing you're always going to remember.
Yes.
And that's going to be one who's like, yeah, man, it was gusting. First time National STOL, and that thing was floating down, and I just like greased it on with the right main. That's how he talks, I'm sure. So that's a good one. Again, scratch, but won our hearts and minds with that one. Okay, over to Brayden Royal.
He's nice and stabilized.
First run takeoff was 450. Second run takeoff, 148. So I think he's dialing it in as well. Good over the line. Gave up maybe a plane length. Getting heavy on those brakes. It's interesting, too, because look at the way the runway is kind of like like the actual topography of it. There's a little bit of an uphill.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That'll help you slow down a little bit.
Absolutely.
Hashtag physics.
Physics is in the building.
So we were talking about the annual sponsors as they taxi back. I think we're going to talk about our friends, the local sponsors.
Ooh, yes.
So these are folks, I mean, it's also very special to have people that want to bring an event to you here locally. And these, I've got a list here of 15 companies. Like, that's a lot of support. Get 15 companies here and organizations that have helped us out bringing National STOL to Clarion County Airport here for Appalachian Mountain STOL. First, we got our friends over at Discover Clarion. Cribal Energy. The Children's Scholarship Fund. Clarion County Adventures, Rustler Sales and Service, Pennsylvania American Water. Oh, someone was talking about that in the chat. Maybe that's what we're talking about. Clarion. Sorry, I'm trying to be very serious. It's a very serious thing to bring National STOL to all of you. Clarion Chamfer. Oh, it's the Clarion Area Chamber and Business and Industry.
Oh, yes.
Chamber of Business and Industry. Janney. Penn West Clarion. Independence Health System. Hampton Inn and Suites. Farmers National Bank. Clarion American Legion, and Burford and Henry, and Freiburg Sports. That's Sportsman's Club.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty rad. So thank you to all of them for bringing National STOL to you here in Pennsylvania. We're so excited to be here. I know I'm complaining about the wind and the cold and the rain, but any day that you're flying for National STOL is a good day. Adam Gordon on the roll. Clean cam.
Yes.
Like a kettlebell.
Yes, absolutely.
That was an exercise joke.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
No, thank you. I just wanted to make sure everyone else knew that was an exercise. Sometimes I've been known to do workouts. It was true like a couple of years ago. Here comes our 172 rookie, Daniel Engel. Got the 1-knot short field takeoff ops. Yanked back at about 55 knots. You are golden. He's got that thing dialed in. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, and he's got that wind on the nose that is absolutely healthy.
You can hear when, by the way, I don't know if you can hear it at home, but Adam Gordon's on downwind. You just hear him, like, push that prop in, ready to go fast. All right. Wow, look at that. There we go.
That's what we're talking about.
Brayden Royal.
Putting the work in.
Putting the crown on it.
Yeah, really. I can feel that temperature dropping. My nose is getting stuffy.
So our field reporter, Lexi Duncan's in the internet chat, and she's saying that Adam had a bunch of Cessna 180 time prior to getting the 185, so no stranger to a heavy bird.
Okay, let's go.
It was more fun, Lexi, when I thought it was like he had never flown it before. It's like a better story, but fine, tell the truth. Thanks for informing us. So, thank you for that, Lexi. And RTJ Sims says, I respect the choice. Money, no object. One plane for the rest of my life. I think the 180 would be second place behind. Ooh, a little bit of. There we go. Get it exactly lined up, Adam. Let's see if I can read the second half of this. What's the first place behind the what? A Helio Courier?
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I would maybe do a Helio over a 180 because that also has, like, rarity points.
That does. But if you're doing like an OG Helio, you're going to have to deal with that geared engine. And they aren't friendly sometimes.
Wow. Clean. Look at that. That's how Midwestern. That's how you know I'm from the real Midwest. Look at that. That was a really nice one there. The 172. Oh, Lexi says no, she was wrong. It is Adam Gordon's first time ever flying the 185. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's never flown it before, not even on his way here. Okay. We've got some. Look at this. We've got something big coming in.
Yeah, nice twin.
Something with
like.
2 engines.
Maybe a Baron? No. We'll see here in a moment.
Also, RTJ Sims says, I've been watching the backlog streams from 2025. This is the first time I've gotten to watch live. Dude, RTJ, so excited you're here.
Yeah.
Watching live with us. Good landing in the Husky there.
Yeah, for Mr. Brayden.
Gary Vargas powering up behind us now for some more practice runs.
Okay.
Cam, do you know what twin that is? I am not good at my twin engined aircraft identification.
Right now, it's on the tip of my tongue, but
Feels
I can.
pipery.
It does look Comanche, like a twin Comanche.
Maybe. The tail looks pipery.
Yes.
That's a technical term, by the way. They're going to come around for another run. And Cam, I'm wondering, can you check in on our scores in this heat? What are the best runs?
Let's see. So we've got a couple of heats to go over. Let's see. Adam Gordon right now, his lowest is 434 combined total. Daniel Engel, he is 521 combined total. And Brayden Royal is heading the class right now, or heading this heat, with 396.
Now, I think it's important to point out in terms of this heat, like, they would not be all competing against each other. Like, no. Brayden would not be competing against the 172 and the 185.
Yep. Okay.
Daniel Engel from Pennsylvania, one of the hometown heroes at the controls. And look at that, off. It's a little bit after 250, so we're dialing it in.
The windbreaker would have been a great idea right now.
Yeah, I'm glad I put on my raincoat over my pilot jacket over my sweatshirt.
Okay, Brayden pulled a little early. You could see the flaps deployed and then him pulling back on the stick. It did not want to come up off the ground.
And now that's where, so it's interesting, right? If you are newer to the series, this is where things get a little weird because you're like, okay, I got this thing dialed in.
Yes.
And then the wind changes. And now now I got to redial it. That only comes with more and more experience, right?
Yes, absolutely. Oh. Sounds like we got a little rain.
Little rain.
Okay.
Little drippy droppies.
They're coming.
Well, when it rains, we train, so we're going to keep practicing for now.
Ooh, yes.
So, dude, Cam, I'm on fire today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm just filled with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fill me up, Buttercup. Okay, here we go. That one wasn't very good. Okay, so here we go. Adam Gordon coming in low over the grass, holding it off. You got to look out for that taxiway.
Yeah.
And quite short, honestly, for Adam Gordon on that one, but that's all right. That's actually something we haven't talked about, Cam. Talk about that taxiway and what challenges that provides to the competitors.
Yeah, so you were talking about how the runway has a little grade to it, but right before the runway is the taxiway that is raised. And it's at least 5 to 10 feet above the touchdown point in elevation. So, I mean, last year they were using that as a launch pad, essentially.
Yeah.
So
like the British aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Doug Auclair.
Woo! Hanging it out. Kind of saved it there.
Yeah, but
I feel like with a little more experience, it might be more comfortable just letting it plop in there. But
I mean, relative to his touchdown point, that was an excellent landing.
Yeah.
Would have been super short.
Super good.
Yeah. Okay. But last year we had Doug, who was flying the Stinson 108 dash. I don't remember what dash it was, but it's a big, heavy airplane, and he was hitting that taxiway and launching a few times. So it is a little bit raised, and so you have that to deal with while you're on final, especially super short final, like Brayden right now. Which I couldn't tell if he got it over the line, but he stopped fairly short. Yeah, so Right now we've got this rain kind of moving in on us, and as that happens, the grass is going to get wet, and that's going to increase our braking distance. Like as soon as you hit the brakes, instead of the grass kind of gripping onto your tires, you're going to slide just a little bit. So we're going to see relatively longer stopping than what we've been seeing, but that's okay.
And I want to talk a little bit about that more. Like if you're learning to fly, this is actually something you're going to spend a fair amount of time on. The heavier the airplane, the larger and faster the airplane, the more critical this sort of thing gets in terms of doing calculations. But even in humble 172, even in that aircraft, you open up the pilot operating handbook, you're going to see different landing distances based on density, altitude, and temperature and runway condition. And so you might see something that says like, well, hey, here's the rollout in tall grass. Here's the roll, and then for wet grass, add a certain percentage. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I can't.
It could be 50% though. It could be like a lot. It could be like, hey, you're gonna have to have a little more room. Getting quite windy now here in Clarion County.
Very good gust.
Yeah, it's sort of feeling a little windy.
Bet you that Twin Comanche's having a good time in that right now.
Twin Comanche's bolting out of here. It's like, I am getting out. So now we are, you can even hear us over the wind. We have a heavy gust coming through. Adam Gordon is off. Sub 150 feet.
Oh man, we're getting all discombobulated.
Yeah, we've got a lot of wind here now in Pennsylvania, and so we're kind of hanging on. We're kind of hanging on for our dear lives. The 172 is thinking this is going to be rad. Waiting for release there. Looks like the Husky might be bringing it back into the barn, and Adam Gordon is turning crosswind behind us. This is good television. A little bit of rain, not too bad.
It's a good thing we got our booth tied down because it's shaking right now.
Let's see how short he can take off. The wind actually did start to let up, but sub 250 feet. Gonna take what Mother Earth is gonna give you, heading straight into that wind, and now he's gonna turn left into the traffic pattern,
which is gonna be crabbing with that turn.
Quite hard, yeah. Right now, folks, if this live weather is actually, this was a minute ago, but a minute ago we had gusts of 25 miles an hour, 22 knots pushing through. And that's a lot. I think we've had higher at Moses Lake. And we've had higher. That was sustained too.
Yeah.
We've also had higher at
Pinedale.
We had some real big winds after an event once, but that feels like it's letting up a little bit.
Yeah, we did have both you and I had to hold down some
airplanes. Riding the tie downs.
Yeah. You scratched your watch?
Oh yeah, whatever. It's a bad old scar.
I scratched my boots.
Look at that windsock behind us. I mean, now it's down into right around 15 knots probably.
Yeah.
So 20 mile an hour winds, give or take.
Yeah, that is.
I can't do the math in my head right now under these conditions.
I'm just going to say yes. I agree.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. The tent might be moving. That's fine. We're fine. Here comes Adam Gordon coming in, heavy on the brakes. Ooh, he had to get off of them. He's really bucking Bronco here.
Yeah.
Look at that wind. Look at that dramatic image right now, Cam, of those flags just hauling. Yeah. My flight instructor would doing the instrument training. Sometimes he's like, you might be going too fast for a certain time. In the approach.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, hey man, I don't know if you noticed, but we're really chooching. We're really chooching. We're a locomotive up here.
Yeah.
I think the wind is really. We're really chooching right now. That was fun. Cowboys 2026 in the chat says, where can I find the tour schedule where we're going to be for National STOL? Go to nationalstol.com.
Yes.
You can see the whole schedule there. We're going to be all over the country. I can give you some of them while we sit here. Next up is going to be Pony Express STOL in St. Joe, Missouri, Sodbuster STOL in Hartford, Wisconsin, and then in August, we're going to be over in Pinedale, Wyoming.
I'm looking forward to...
That's just the beginning of the schedule this year.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to Pony Express. You and I went out...
Speaking of wind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Finish your thought. We got some time here.
Yeah.
Pony Express.
No, I was just going to say that it was awesome last year because we went out and got ice cream. And that ice cream was good last year. Both you and I did that. And that was the first time I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch on some ice cream, and it was fantastic.
I love that was your memory. My memory was how it was so windy the C-130 almost went over.
Ooh,
that was,
yes.
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh,
gnarly.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I just remember the wind because I think Ron didn't want to fly the Champ that day.
Yeah, real windy.
Yeah.
There we go, 172 coming in. Well done. Again, just floating in. A little bit of power to help him ease it down.
You can see Adam's wings rocking over there while he's just standing still.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a vulnerable position to be in with your tail to the wind like that, if I'm honest.
It really is. I don't see any wind corrections.
Oh, he's got the elevator down.
Oh, okay.
Downish.
Okay.
Downish.
Downish.
I might be a little more. It's
Yeah.
a heavy bird, though. It's a heavy bird.
That's true. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I have to give it up to Daniel over here in the 172.
Yeah.
While Adam was landing, he had plenty of space, I felt like, but Daniel did a 360, and in this wind, I would have been scared to do that 360 in the pattern, but gave Adam some more space and then brought it in expertly just moments ago.
That's why you got to do those ground reference maneuvers.
Yes, absolutely.
So Adam looks like he's bringing it back to the barn. It looks like Daniel in the 172 is doing the same. He's looking over at us. He's like, yeah, how was that? How was that? We're going to be talking about that around the campfire later tonight. That was fun for him. And it actually, as soon as it started, it feels like it may be dying down. I don't want to
jinx it.
Yeah.
But
Daniel, I feel like we got to give some fist bumps to Daniel for that. That was really good. Nice one.
He probably can't see us. I think he's focused.
Yeah.
He's flying it back to the ramp.
Remember how I said he was going to remember today?
Yes.
Because of the landing? I think he's going to remember for different reasons now. That was fun. Okay, while we get ourselves situated here, I just want to talk about some of the other ways you can get involved with National STOL. Don't forget, vote.nationalstol.com.
Yes.
Vote for your favorite pilot. And then the other thing that we should talk about a little bit is just the new rules this season. That's a thing that have changed a little bit. Mostly it's about how the excuse me. Just like I just had a little bit of an adrenaline letdown after all that. Just
oh, yeah.
Whoa, that all happened. Okay, so here's the thing. With the season standings, here's how it's kind of changing. Right now, we have 5 regular season events that will count towards season points in 2026. If a pilot attends more than 5 events, their top 5 finishes will count towards points. The lowest of those placements will be eliminated. So basically, that helps even it out a little bit if someone goes to all the events versus someone can only make it to 5. It kind of equalizes a little bit because it's a big investment to come to all the events all over the country.
It really is.
I mean, we're as far west as Oregon this year.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think this is the furthest east we'll be
this
year.
This year, yep.
So, I mean, that's like basically coast to coast. Close enough.
It is.
Close enough
is.
to coast to coast.
I'll give it to him.
Here's the other little thing that's kind of cool. If only one pilot is registered in a particular class at an event, they will earn half the points. So, like, if you would get first place last season for being here by yourself, now you're going to get 12.5 points.
Okay.
Still, as long as you don't scratch, you got to get it over the line. But just don't be a hero. Just land 100 feet beyond the line. Yeah.
Yep.
Most consistent competitor. This is a big one, and I'm really excited that we added this. The most consistent competitor of the event will earn 5 additional points toward the season standings. That's up from 1 point previously. Most consistent is determined by the competitor with the lowest average variation between all rounds, and remember, they cannot scratch or have any DQs. So, gotta land after the line there if you're going to be doing that. Grand champion this year's calculated differently as well. Grand champion of each event will be determined by the pilot's class placement in conjunction with their most consistent score. So that's cool, because basically what that means, like, TLDR on it is it's not just going to be whoever wins Unlimited or Adventure or Sport class.
Right.
It could be any of the classes being grand champion because of the math that's applicable there. Very exciting stuff and changes. Cam, do you have any thoughts on the rule changes?
I'm just very appreciative that we have the committees in place and the people in place in those committees to keep advancing the sport, because it has not been stagnant. We have not had the exact same set of rules back to back for quite some time, and I appreciate that. I was one of the people who didn't appreciate in 2024 when if you touch the line, you get it's a scratch. But as the season progressed, I greatly appreciated it, just because that added just another degree of difficulty to what was already happening out here. So, yeah, I'm on that train of thought, just advancing the sport and making it more fun.
I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is like this. I think I don't want to get emotional for a second.
Yeah.
But like this thing, like this was a thing that we're on year 6, and I think it's obvious that the sport is here to stay.
Yes.
Like it would have died, a couple of years ago if it wasn't a thing that people didn't want to see and people didn't want to watch and people didn't want to compete in.
Agreed.
And so I think the biggest thing is just that we are watching a sport continue to develop and grow.
Yes.
And so advancing that, I think, is a big part of that. Just super huge. What a day. Here we are, bundled up. Say hi to the people, Cam.
Hello.
Here we are, bundled up. Here in Clarion County Airport. Very excited to be here with you despite the weather.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of a wind gust front coming through right now. I think it got gnarly enough that the air bosses said, let's take a little bit of a breather here. We had to reconfigure. The tent almost blew away above us. I don't know if you could hear all the action and the hammering that was happening while we were trying to announce the last few runs there. Sounds like we had a max wind gust of 30 miles an hour.
Okay, we survived.
So that's not nothing for a pop-up tent for sure, but definitely not for a rookie in a 172. So
Serious.
I want to go shake that guy's hand. To put it in perspective, the wind event at Pinedale, Wyoming, I believe was 70?
Yeah.
70 miles an hour. That was after competition closed, though. All the airplanes were tied down. That was a thing. There was a moment where I turned to Glenn, CW, one of our volunteers and competitors. We were trying to keep Jeff Whiteley's plane held down in the wind, and I said to him, "Are we in danger?" And he said, "Yes." Just very matter-of-factly, yes, we are. That was gnarly. That was a thing. But the whole community came together to keep everybody safe and keep the planes. We had a few planes minorly damaged, but in the end, that weather event, something that you can't really predict, especially up in the Wind River Valley up there.
Yes, absolutely.
And so what we just experienced here was half that. Just half that, and it's still chooching.
It's still chooching.
Choo-choo, that's the wind. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're at practice here at Appalachian Mountain STOL. blowing things off the table. And Cam and I are trying to bring you the practice session here for the third running of this event, but we've had a bit of wind and we're going to kind of chill it out for a while. Let's go to the chat actually and say hi to some people. D. Wilson's in the chat. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm excited. My son will be watching for the first time. D, come say hi. If you're going to be at this event for the first time, after it wraps up, come try to find us, say hi.
Yes.
Will you give D a high five?
Yeah.
I'll give you a high five.
Oh,
D.
yeah,
Let's
sure.
do that.
Absolutely.
Come say hi. And Cat. I love Cat's emojis. Wind is now arrow, or maybe it was flags. I don't know what the emojis that she used there, but it's like, yeah, wind was going. Let's see. Also, when do we start tomorrow? I believe it's going to be around 10:30.
Yes.
10:30 tomorrow here in Pennsylvania. And again, it's a great family event, right? So it's not just airplanes. It's about community. It's about get some good food, get some entertainment. And if you bring your kids, you can actually do a paper airplane contest.
There's participation.
Yeah, Cam's going to judge it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What criteria? Do you want to set out the rubric for victory for the kids in the paper airplane competition?
I believe we are distance. So throw your airplane and the last one basically to land. Well, unless you have like just a lawn dart of an airplane.
Or if it curved around, came back at you, that would be a bad thing. You want it to go all the way. You want to go forward.
Yes. Forward motion, forward march.
Correct. That's what you got to look forward to tomorrow, kids. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out at Appalachian Mountain STOL here in the wind. While we do that, folks, I want to talk about some of our other sponsors. Should we talk about our friends at Lift Aviation?
We should.
Yes, let's talk about Lift Aviation. They're great supporters of National STOL. They provide the helmets that our rookies wear.
Yes.
So everyone's got to wear a helmet just to be safe, and you're maybe getting into the sport. You don't have the money to invest in your noggin yet.
Not just yet.
And so we can lend that to you, and Lift Aviation makes that happen. So we're really, really grateful for that. Also, we got to talk about our friends over at Moza Flight and Moza Racing.
Oh, yes.
What you know more about Moza than I do. They do some super cool stuff.
They do, and it's affordable too. They are one of our sponsors this year and sponsoring the National STOL side of things. I happen to have some cool Moza equipment that arrived at my house prior to getting here that I can't wait to open and break into. But that equipment, they provide the options for force feedback for flight sim, which is normally you're shelling out a lot of money for some equipment that has that force feedback, and they have pretty good prices that make it affordable to get those things. So I'm looking forward to having my go with my first experience with force feedback.
That's so I'm so jealous because I'm not a good sim person. I just bought a bunch of sim gear last year.
Yeah.
And then I got busy with the season, got busy with other work commitments and air show commitments and things, and all that stuff's still sitting in a box under my desk. Very embarrassed by that. But folks, hey, now's a good time to vote, or at least think about voting tomorrow for your favorite pilot.
Ooh, yes.
Vote.nationalstol.com. That's a thing that you could do. And does it feel like it's calming down a little bit? I think we're going to be in a holding pattern here until 3:50 p.m. Eastern time is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of time. Let's check in with some other folks. We got to talk about Flying Eyes. You're wearing your Flying Eyes right now. I'm wearing
my
Flying
clickers
Eyes
right here.
They did not go flying.
They did
in
not.
the wind. They are very good under the headset. That's kind of the thing. And then the clickers, which you were just showing.
Yeah.
I like that you call them clickers.
They do a solid click.
They make a little click. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the little magnetic sunglasses, and so we wear prescription eyeglasses from Flying Eyes, but you can actually just get sunglasses too if that's your thing. I like how wide you made your eyeballs there. So big thanks to our friends at Flying Eyes for all of their support.
Absolutely.
Here at National STOL. Really, really great, great product. And I think what's really great, that just to tell a little personal story, is the support that they offer everybody is really great. And if you go visit them at Sun and Fun or Oshkosh, maybe you have a problem with your glasses, you need a little help making them fit better, things like that, they'll just help you.
Yeah,
they actually walked up to me at Oshkosh and they said, "Hey, your frames look a little rough. Here's another big gust coming through. These frames look a little rough, and we can replace those under warranty. Just come to the tent."
Yes.
And so I just walked over to the tent and was blind for about 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Let's be real, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they handed me brand new frames and made sure they fit, and my lenses were in there. It's great. So big thanks to Flying Eyes. And we got some other folks to talk about here. We got iFly EFB.
Okay, yeah.
Great product. Great product. It's on every platform. It's an electronic flight book app.
Yeah, they're one of the only that are.
Are they the only one that does all of them?
There is another
one of the only.
Yes, they are definitely one of the only, but they are. I will say wholeheartedly, arguably the best on all the platforms. So,
Gauntlet dropped.
Yeah,
I love it. We got to meet them at Lone Star STOL last year, and just great people and really passionate about aviation and about flight. Sarasota Avionics, our friends over there. Garmin installation dealer, I think like the highest volume.
We have in our notes that they're number one in North America, but they're number one in the world as the commercial. I remember that from the commercial. So, yeah, if you want to get some avionics done, especially with Garmin, get it done with Sarasota.
They provide prize consideration this year for all of our competitors, and so they can actually win various products through Sarasota Avionics, so very appreciative of that.
Yep.
Legend Aircraft. How could we save them to the end? Our friends at Legend Aircraft, just absolutely no pun intended, absolute legends. Just the MOAC, the Nomad. You see him on Trent Palmer's channel. You've seen Brian Steck, Luke. Also, Luke Spohr flying MOACs for years in National STOL. So competitive, fly so slow, just amazing. So another great sponsor that really helps us, Red Tag Art, another prize consideration sponsor this year. Cam, you're friends with the team over there?
Yeah, with Kelsey. He's heading the team over there and always making the best awards for not only National STOL, but a few other aviation competition series that, they are always phenomenal. Just when you think you have it all figured out, it might be like a wing rib or like a propeller that's nice and polished and everything.
Yeah.
Looks good as a trophy. He switches it up and makes it even better the next year. So,
and it's always out of stuff that you're like, how did you get that? Like, he's like, this wing rib came off a jet. Like that went Mach 7. I don't know, not actually Mach, whatever. I'm exaggerating.
We've seen the tables that were made out of engine cowlings.
Those are dramatic.
Those are absolutely stunning. There is serious work that they're doing over there in Oklahoma with Red Tag Art.
Friends at Tundra Tailwheel.
Yes.
Josh and Steve pulling that together and just doing really great work.
Yeah, shout out to them. Go say hi if you see them at Valdez this weekend. They had a booth over at the Alaskan Airmen's deal last weekend, so you missed out if you didn't get a chance to go over there, but go say hi this weekend while they're doing the big Valdez competition.
You need a good tailwheel.
Ooh, yes. Oh, got a question in the chat about what class the NX Cub would be in. I mean,
is that Cub class?
Is it gonna be Cub class? I feel like the NX might.
I don't remember the horsepower of the NX Cub,
and I don't remember the airfoil. Like if you can get slats and do all those things.
I think the biggest question, and I'm wondering because the person asking this is the Ugly Cub, is their username, and I wonder if they are poking fun at the fact that their NX Cub has a nose wheel. Therefore, it is an ugly cub, which I disagree. I think they're still beautiful. All cubs are beautiful. I think it would still be like the tri-gear part of it. I don't think would change the class.
No.
It's mostly a performance-based thing with horsepower and wind. Let's go to race control and see what they say.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, you can't hear the conversation we're having in our ears, but the NX Cub, I was wondering about that horsepower thing. It's got 215 horsepower, so it's actually above the Cub class horsepower limit. So therefore, if it's above 215, then it would be in the adventure class race control. We're just having a one-sided conversation on TV. They're going to look into it, but the ones below the one, like 180 horsepower and below, would be Cub class.
Yeah.
Above 215, I just heard in my ears that would be potentially above would be adventure class.
Okay.
There you go.
So
You heard
there
it
we
here
go.
first, live. Unless you go to the like Carbon Cub UL thing weight or something like that, then that would be sport class.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
It is.
It's all over the place. The ugly cub. Here's what I'm hearing though.
Bring your cub.
That's what I'm hearing because I'm hearing someone say like, "Oh, what class would my plane be in?" You it's so cold. You, the ugly cub, need to come figure it out. Come figure it out. Come play with us here at National STOL. I want to see what you can do in that thing. NX Cub, so
Yeah,
dope.
I do
So
want to
cool.
see the NX Cub out here performing for sure. Have we?
I don't think
know if
we've seen
had
an
one.
NX Cub
Yeah.
at all.
They've come in like to. Okay, so we did have one at the Central Florida Classic.
So that's like deep cut National STOL. That's like that's the
beginning.
Like very like one of the first events. I think that's like the second event.
Yeah, yeah.
The second National STOL event ever. The Central Florida Classic.
Yep, and that was my first one ever. So that's not the first year, but the second year for the Central Florida Classic.
Oh, sure.
Because it was 2020.
Is that when we met, Cam?
That is when we met.
That's when we met. Oh, it's when the bromance started.
Yes.
It's when the bromance started, folks. I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say that you and I deserve a little tiny bit of a break from the wind. So I'm going to ask broadcast managers if we can take a quick break and go to commercial. Just take a quick break. We'll be right back to answer all of your questions. This is awesome, folks. Detective, I don't know what, Detective Faha, any Carbon Cubs in this comp? In this particular one, I don't believe we have any registered. We do. We have one? Oh, of course. No, Lee Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Right in front of us. Yes,
Yes,
there is a Carbon
yes.
Cub in the competition, Detective. So we can do a little investigative work with you on that tomorrow. You can actually watch them fly earlier in this stream and hopefully in a little bit. We are going to take a little break, folks. And yes, Blue Flame was the Central Florida, the one with the Zenith took off on its tail. Yes, that is accurate. Okay, we will be right back with more STOL Q&A with Cam and Ryan in just a few minutes.
Montgomery Tower, Warrior Flight 1, we're holding short of 2 right for a straight up departure. Warrior Flight 1, we are the first ones out. You excited? Yeah. So now we're just waiting for the tower to release us for takeoff.
Okay.
My name is Dylan Cavender. I'm 17 years old.
I'm Kai Matavolo and I'm 14.
My name is Meyer Turchin. I'm 14. I was diagnosed with leukemia, AML.
I was 5 when I was diagnosed with leukemia.
I was diagnosed with leukemia.
My name is Ryan Melendez, and I'm the founder of Warriors with Wings. When I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
So when Ryan took me for the first time, I thought it was just gonna be like chill, like we're just gonna fly, like nothing crazy, but it turned out to be something way crazier and so much fun.
Flying's sick, so I got to fly most of the way back until we got close to the runway. Eventually, I'd definitely be interested in getting a pilot's license or something like that. Maybe not for like a job, but just to have for fun. You just see everything. It's sick because everything's so small, but like you're only at we were at like 1,400 about like max, so you can still see everything because when you're in an airliner or stuff, you're really high up. You can't see much.
All right, do it yourself. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. Hard, 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 hard. Keep pulling. Push forward hard. Whee! Pretty good.
He was super excited to come and be a part of this wonderful day. I was having a blast being out here flying today. I don't think he ever really thought about flying or what that meant before. I think like the closest he came to really being in like a small plane or helicopter was on his Make-A-Wish trip, and he fell asleep in the helicopter.
Everyone's gonna get their first logbook. So there you go. And then we're gonna fill out all the airplanes you flew, and we'll get you signed off since we're all CFIs. So, and then we'll get you guys all t-shirts once we get some of those made. They'll sign you off for the airplanes they flew you in. You need to get your pilot's license, 40 hours of flight instruction, or 40 hours of flight time total. Some of that has to be with us, and then at some point you guys, once we feel like you can fly the airplane yourself, we set you free and you go off and do some hours by yourself.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
Couple more days like this, you go fly an airplane
Yeah.
by yourself, you're good to go.
You're almost there.
All right, perfect. I'll steal the pen.
A bunch of us came in early. We were like, hey, let's go down to Kitty Hawk. Mr. Bill, Brandon, JB, and me, and Ed. We cruised down the coast, dude, at like 120, 500 foot right at the minimums and waving at everyone. It was so cool. We landed at Kitty Hawk, which is, the first flight. Landed there, went around, got to see the Wright brothers plane, the field that they landed it in. And man, it was an experience. I never thought I'd ever see that place. It's cool to come out and do this stuff. We went from there down to the beach. We landed, walked out to the beach, sat there talking to all the people that were fishing, man. They're laughing, having a good time. We came right over their cars, landing, hung out for a little bit, put our feet in the water, and then got back up and headed up here. And it was a good time, man. This is what it's about. Like, the competition's fun, but it's more fun to take everyone out and go beach land, go to a couple different places, and just experience the other side of it, not just competition. And it's like a big brotherhood, and a big family. And I'm lucky to be a part of it.
When I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. When I first went into the hospital, the doctors told my parents that they weren't sure if I was going to make it through the night. And so that day I turned to my dad and told him I want to learn how to fly.
All right, everybody, we're back at Bushwheel Base Camp, Sun and Fun 26. We are joined by Ryan Melendez.
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Let's start out by talking about what you're going to be doing here at Sun and Fun. And then we'll get into the organization after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my first invite to do the STOL demo at Sun and Fun, or
Nice.
at any demo. So flew all the way out from San Diego, California, 30 hours to be here, and stomped at Swamp STOL on the way, and snuck out a little win out there. So we're feeling pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Swamp STOL for a minute.
Yeah, so that was my first time actually going to Swamp STOL, you know, being from the West Coast. Normally, last season was my first season, kind of stay on the West Coast for those events, and I've heard a lot of great things about Swamp STOL, especially about the food and the crawfish dinner, and definitely was worth the trip out there to make it out to Swamp STOL.
Right. All right. So here at Sun and Fun, you're going to be doing the STOL demos. Kind of describe what that means. What is a STOL demo?
So the STOL demo basically is kind of us showing our techniques for the backcountry flying. The nice thing about all these airplanes that you see and that you're going to see out there in the demo is I know all of us actually go enjoy actually some real backcountry flying.
Right.
So this is just kind of demonstrating to the general public what it kind of looks like to be a bush pilot, having to land on your spot, having to land short, get out of tight spots, and it's just a really fun, exciting thing that not a lot of people are really familiar with. So we're going to go out there and give you guys the best show we can.
Outstanding. All right, so you've got a pretty important organization that you started up. Tell us about that, and tell us how people can get involved with that.
Yeah, so when I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. When I first went into the hospital, the doctors told my parents that they weren't sure if I was going to make it through the night. And so that day I turned to my dad and told him I want to learn how to fly. And he ran down to the local airport and got me signed up for flying lessons, and from there on, aviation became my passion. It's what got me through my cancer treatment. So as a way for me to give back to other kids who are going through similar things that I went through, I started a 501c3 nonprofit called Warriors with Wings. We're dedicated to helping kids and young adults battling cancer get into aviation by providing them intro flights, scholarships. We want to put flight simulators in the children's hospitals, and just advocating for pediatric cancer awareness.
That's awesome. That's super cool. So if somebody wants to get involved with that, how do they do that?
Yeah, so we've got a couple ways that you can get involved. The first step would go to warriorswithwings.com. Has a lot of our information on there. And a couple of things that we just started up. One is called Fuel a Dream. So for the average cost of 1 gallon of 100 low lead a month, which is $5.50 a month, you can help these kids who are battling cancer get into aviation, so we can help fund their intro flights. Another really cool thing that we're doing is we just started today. It's a 3-month fundraising program where you can make your own warrior squadron. And the idea behind that is you make your own warrior squadron, you reach out to friends and family, co-workers to help support your squadron to raise money for Warriors with Wings. And the winner, after the 3 months, actually will win either their choice of a free DC-3 SIC type rating, or a 4-hour round trip with 10 of their friends in the DC-3 out of Riverside, California.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. All right, so to kind of get back to Sun and Fun here, this is obviously a huge event. Is this the biggest event that you've flown
This
into?
is by far the biggest thing, the biggest crowd that I'll get to fly in front of, so a little nervous, but I think more excited than anything.
Awesome. I mean, flying into an event like this is obviously more complex than say flying into like one of our National STOL events.
Yeah.
So what is that like from the perspective of a pilot?
So I mean, I think they do a really good job here with really thorough briefings and just kind of getting everyone on the same page, so that way we can go do our flying safely. You know, it's just a lot of, I think, communication is required to be able to do this the right way, and just listening, really. I mean, it's a lot of information, but they're really good about helping us out and making sure we know what we're doing.
Outstanding. Anything else you want to tell the people out there before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we'd love to have you guys come down to the STOL what is it called?
Bush Wheel Base Camp.
We'd love to have everyone come down to the STOL Bush Wheel Base Camp. Come check out Goldie, the Warrior plane. That's a 1954 Piper Super Cub. We'll be there. We're actually raffling away for $20. You might be able to come ride with me right around the STOL runway with me and the Cubs. So come check us out.
Definitely don't miss that. All right, guys, stay tuned. We will be back with more interviews here at Sun and Fun 26 at Bush Wheel Base Camp. Ryan, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, we are back after our little break.
Yeah, a little breaky break, a little Behringer break. We took a little Behringer break for the weather, and now the weather. I would say it has improved in terms of the wind. The wind is not as brutal. I think the pilots would have been fine to continue to fly in that. I think the rest of the infrastructure around us maybe wasn't, if we're honest. So our tent almost went away, and that was exciting. But now it's time for more practice here at Clarion County Airport.
Yes, I got my
in
gloves
Pennsylvania.
on.
Yeah, you're wearing gloves. I didn't bring gloves. I was like, I'm from Wisconsin. It's fine. So welcome back, folks. Welcome back to it's turning into basically open practice here at Appalachian Mountain STOL in Pennsylvania. And I love we got some great chat messages while we're gearing up here. I just want to point them out here. We're watching you guys kind of chat while we've been hanging out. Let's see here. Where was it? I'm trying to find it. They're giving Kat. She's like, they're giving Cam and Ryan a bit of a break. Thanks.
Yes.
We needed a little break. We were cold. But then MH53 Fly Guy says, sounds like perfect STOL weather to me. Cold air equals thick air.
Yes.
And the gust makes it sporty and short. Sporty and short. There's a joke in there somewhere. But that 100% you are right. It is good STOL weather. The colder and thicker the air, the lower the density altitude.
Yep.
That is going to be advantageous. And if we have wind right on the nose, even with a little gust, ain't no thing. We're ready to go. Yeah, we had gusting 30 knots. We've had actually higher. I think Moses Lake a few years ago was like sustained 30, maybe 30 miles an hour, 30, 35 miles an hour. We had planes taking off in like 15 feet, 10 feet.
Yes.
So the crosswind component part of it that Kat is mentioning in the chat is a concern. But also I think it's just when it's like, as opposed to a sustained wind all day, when it's coming in on a gust front, that's a different equation. Because there's a fair amount of variability happening in that moment. Actually flew through some interesting gust front situations yesterday on my way here, and it was wild how quickly things would go from glass smooth to bucking bronco.
Yeah.
And so I think that's also part of the equation there. Yeah.
Were you joking yesterday when you said there was a point where it was like 500 feet per second?
No, that's a real. Like we went up 500 feet in about 1 second ish. I mean, I don't like. No one was like counting, but we felt like we got. It felt like it hurt. Like it legit hurt. We're like, ow.
Okay.
Like we went up that fast, and then it was like we should find better air. So. Where practice is resuming now, folks. I love that our buddy in the 172 is just like...
He said, let's go.
Let's do it again. I love this debate in here, too. Kat, advocating for safety, saying safety is always priority number one. And MH53 Fly Guy was like, safety third. I don't know. I don't know. I like you, dude. Land perpendicular. Like, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
There's David Warren taking off now in practice. So, yeah, we are back. We are back and ready to go. RTJ Sims, how many competitors have arrived through all the weather? Right now, let me count. 6, 8, 9, 10. I think we're up to 12. Yeah, 12 currently. A pretty good mix, actually. We've got a Backcountry SQ2. That's going to be cool to see fly. We've got the 172 that's in the pattern right now. We've got the 185 you saw earlier. We've got this plane, Brayden Royal, at the controls of the Aviat Husky A1 Bravo model. Phil Shearer... What do we call him? The Swamp STOL Surprise?
Yeah.
The Swamp STOL Surprise. He's supposed to be practicing at some point in a little bit. And then we also have the Cub class you saw earlier. We had 3 Cub-type airplanes, the Cub Crafters, and then 2 classic Super Cubs. And then in the Sport class, which you saw at the beginning of practice today, We had the Rans S7, Kitfox 4, and Just Aircraft Highlander all competing. And I guess, like, really this weekend here in Pennsylvania, the biggest races in my mind are those. Well, it's kind of like those last two, right? The Sport class and the Cub class. You've got some pretty heavy hitters in each of those classes. Cam, Gary Varga, Matt Dorssom, and Dennis Rowe. Matt Dorssom, the returning champion.
Yes.
From last year in the Sport class. Yeah, we should pronounce it that way always. And then Ryan Melendez, he's one of the newer names in terms of the last 6 years of National STOL, but one to watch. And that was so butter. That was the most buttered landing that ever was buttered. That was that was incredible. Well done to Daniel Engel at the controls of that 172 on that one. He's going to be happy with that. Again, just like every once in a while there's like a landing, you're like, you'll remember. You'll probably write it in your logbook, right?
Smooth.
Butter. That one was smooth.
Yes.
I did a YouTube video once where we talked about, instead of buttering the bread, maybe it's like shave the legs. You really shave the legs on that one. Really dialed it in. Okay, here comes David Warren. We haven't seen him practice yet today.
No, but he is he's one of those that has been there, done that, and he's doing it once again for us right now. Good across the line. Race number 6-7. Mr. David Warren, who showed up and showed out here last year. We had not very many pilots here at the event, and was the inaugural moment of our first paper airplane contest. Along with we had to get crazy with it and do like a flower bomb competition.
Flower bombing is awesome. I love doing that. I announce it sometimes back at Timmerman Airport. I'm not going to be able to this year, but it's such a fun time. You gotta watch out if you're judging that.
Yeah, the judges last year figured that out very quickly when some of them not necessarily took offense, but thought that they were being used as targets.
Are there bonus points for hitting a judge? Or?
I think so. I think there is some bonus points there. I think me and Josh were calling bonus points if you did hit a judge. All right. So our Brayden in the Husky just landed short of 250. It looks like the cycle of pilots is getting back towards the line. Very glad to see Daniel back out in the 172.
I wondered, after that, was he going to be like, it was enough practice for today?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause he was fine in the thick of that.
Yeah.
And I like it when you get back, like when people get back on the horse. It's actually something you kind of got to do. My pilot training, I remember first time I was using an airplane with flaps, going from the J3 to the Cherokee.
Yeah.
And just got way too slow and plopped it hard. And my instructor was like, "All right, take a minute, and then obviously you're gonna keep flying, dude." Ooh, nice. Oh, settled back down. There we go.
Okay.
Little bouncy. So that it's gonna be measured from where it touched down the second time.
Yep.
And judges have to communicate that a little bit about. It's kind of interesting because you wonder about the strategy of being on the line. You got multiple people. It's almost like one person always needs to watch.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Dave Warren. Little early on the pull, but the wind is chilling out now compared to what it was before.
Brayden Royal on the line right now. in the white and red Husky with Phil Shearer behind him. Yeah. He pulled back on the stick, and the plane was ready to fly.
And well, who just showed up, Cam?
Oh, it is the ringer himself.
Swamp STOL surprise! Give it up for Phil Shearer. I'm excited to see what he does this season. Sometimes you worry about someone comes out to the first event and they do a really good job, and then they're like, "Oh, that was good."
Yeah.
And then they don't come back anymore. Like one and done. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, he is cutting the lawn up. Really excited to see what the scores come in tomorrow, especially for Phil.
Oh, yeah.
And our friend in the 172 is on short final right now. That's Daniel Engel. And again, like, look at the way Cessna has to approach, right? He's got to keep it real stable. He doesn't have as much power per, weight. The power to weight ratio isn't the same. He's losing a little bit of lift, holding it off. He's got to apply a little bit of power. Oh, good over the line. Full flappy dappies down in the wind.
Still standing on those brakes. They were still shimmering as he came to a stop.
And this is actually a thing. Advanced technique, even though you're not going to get as much payoff, you notice that the airplane was still coming to a stop and those flaps started coming up.
Yeah.
And what that does, folks, is if you retract the flaps, so we talk about little aviation 101, flaps add drag, but they also add lift.
Yes.
So if you retract them while you're rolling out, you are reducing the amount of lift the wing is making, helping you get more braking action.
Right. Putting more weight on the wheels. And race control just telling us that that actually was a scratch.
I don't like that. Nope.
Sad.
It was good. I'm calling it good. No. If it's a scratch, it's a scratch. All right, David Warren trying not to be 6'7" about this.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, burst of power to keep it over the line.
That was great. I don't know that in that moment that I would have had the reaction time to give it enough burst of power, or maybe too much and ballooned. So
right, you got to be real judicious.
Yes.
Every extra turn of that prop is going to give you more energy to dissipate with your brakes.
Yeah, we were talking about, I forgot who we were talking to yesterday, but someone was talking about a Mustang coming into one of their fly-ins and that they turned the mags off over the threshold so that they could do short field performance, because that is actually in the book for the Mustang, for the P51, is to turn the mags off over the numbers.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? I never knew anything like that.
I mean, I guess the runway's made.
Yeah.
All right, Husky growling over the line. It's good. Kind of
a little bouncy.
A little bouncing. Little
more ounce to the bounce.
Little Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That was a Disney joke.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say Disney on the stream. I'm sorry. Okay. The Swamp STOL surprise off and to your right. Nice and low.
Taking his time. He's got a little wind on the nose.
Oh,
yeah.
Did we hit that? Did we hit that taxiway?
Yeah.
Did he hit it or did he get over it?
Oh no, he hit it.
I think he hit that. So that would be a scratch then if he hit the taxiway. Yeah, that's the problem. That taxiway comes up like a foot or two higher than the rest of the ground around it, and he just he gave a little boop, like little taxiway boop. We're going to come up with all sorts of great nicknames for Phil Shearer by the time we're done here in Pennsylvania.
He's not going to be able to make enough stickers with enough names on
Yeah.
it. Not in one
Because
season.
the first one he made just says cutting the grass.
Yep.
Mowing the grass, cutting the grass.
I
think it's cutting the grass.
Cutting the grass, yeah.
And then we can give him a swamp stool surprise.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be a good drink, like a good celebratory after you're done flying for the day drink.
That does sound very good.
We'll have to talk to the Colonel about that one. The original host of Swamp Stool is Colonel Matt Peterson, and
yes,
it'd be great to see he can come up with a drink called the Swamp Stool Surprise.
That is that'll be the nickname for the Rumoritas.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That might be it. You got to be careful of those Rumoritas because sometimes they're served in a Gatorade cooler. You got to be careful who thinks it might be Gatorade, like me. And then you're like, oh, that is not Gatorade.
Yes, my inner child was ready for electrolytes.
That was the Swamp Stool Surprise.
Oh, man. Ryan and Cam just having fun. All right. Mr. Engel pulling back on the stick, or I'm sorry, on the yoke, 172. It is flying, though. Good to go. Looks like we've got wind right down the pipe. All the flags are in agreement. As David Warren is race control saying winds out 223 at 12, which is great STOL flying weather. I'll take the 12 over the 30 to 35 any day, as my hands are warming up right now. Now Phil Shearer is on the line right, bringing in some power. Tail coming way up. It's probably going to be his moniker, tail up, amongst other names. One of these days you can come to a competition or a practice day and get your sticker from Phil, as he was looking for pennies, as Kat would like to say, who's hanging out in the chat right now. All right, Daniel Engel on final.
What I love about what Daniel Engel's doing as a rookie is he's not shying away from the opportunity to put in reps.
I really appreciate that, especially as a low-time pilot. Me being a low-time pilot, like, I really appreciate the fact that he's just going after it, because sometimes it's really easy to give up.
Ooh, just made it over the taxiway.
Oh,
calling it good.
I like that. That was cool. Yeah, he was doing like some serious map of the Earth flying.
Yeah, it's really hit the whatever the switch they have in the B-1 bomber.
Yeah, that was really cool. From Daniel making it right over the elevated taxiway that we have compared to the touchdown point for our STOL runway. David Warren.
High, very high.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to slip it, or is he just going to chop it? I guess he's chopping it.
Yeah.
It looks like he might actually have it well glide sloped.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of perfect. It's hard to tell how much he gave up. I feel like it was like maybe 50 feet, 25 to 50 feet.
Okay, yeah.
From this perspective, it's hard to see. But that was kind of like down on rails, like just like pick an angle and go.
He had it made.
Thinking back to, this is maybe just because it's practice, we got a little time to chat. Like, one of the things that always impresses me are pilots that have, it feels like their brains are like, the tick rate on their brains is higher than mine.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
like the frame rates are higher. They're like, they can react more quickly. And so to like be able to add a little power to get over a taxiway, I always see that and I go like, was that luck? Or was that like a thing you did?
Same.
You know what I mean? Phil Shearer.
floating it in.
I mean, you couldn't be more textbook than that.
Yeah.
He can clip that, put it on Twitch or whatever the kids watch these days.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like we're going to be able to see.
Oh, can we see what the sticker says? Let's mowing the grass.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that.
That's cool.
Okay.
So hopefully, Kat, you got to see the mowing the grass sticker.
Yeah, I think Kat was hoping it said picking up pennies.
Yeah.
But I feel like Kat, if I'm honest, and so folks, if you're new around here, Kat Blue Flame very involved in the STOL world.
Yeah.
And actually has helped host STOL a couple times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kat has a phrase that you see in the chat right now. It's called "looking for pennies." I like picking up pennies too, but I think "looking for pennies" is the actual phrase. And Kat, I feel like she actually needs to make the sticker for herself.
I think so.
Looking for pennies.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like you started that, Kat. You should be able to own the sticker.
Yes. And you get to decide if it's wet or dry cat food that goes in people's shoes.
What?
Yeah. So
I don't know that reference.
Yeah, that was another STOL deal that Austin Burstix TV was talking about putting cat food in people's shoes because she's that good of a competitor.
Okay.
And we had to decide if it was going to be dry or wet food. I said wet.
I think it's got to be wet. All right. What a weird conversation to have on the internet. Okay. Phil Shearer ready to go for another run of practice. Cam, do you have access to the scores right now? Can you walk us through anything that people are putting down?
I can.
Let's take a look. Whoa! Speaking of looking for pennies. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Swamp Stole surprise I remember from a month ago.
Yeah, he was looking for pennies and found some quarters.
Well done. Well done. So, folks, if you're just joining us, I would like to invite you to come by tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern. We're going to be here at Clarion County Airport in Pennsylvania for Appalachian Mountain STOL 2026. Weather will hopefully be better than today, and we will have a lot of fun. We got fun for kids, we got fun for you, and of course, capital A airplanes. It's going to be really cool. You can also watch us online, YouTube, Facebook, wherever your fine streaming products are found. And we'd love to have you in the chat, too, and chat with us about all that stuff. So come on down and say hello. We'd love to meet you either virtually or in person. It's just a wonderful event, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. So here comes our friend in the 172, our friend Daniel.
Yep. Almost touched on that taxiway,
Again?
but he got it figured out.
Oh, going around.
Okay.
Going around. So, I mean, I kind of get it, right? Like, we're just kind of, like, hanging in space. Like, uncertain. You know, like, this, like, uncertainty in that approach of just kind of like, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. I don't feel comfortable anymore. Give her the old beans. Brew a cup of coffee on your way around and do a go-around.
Yeah, because that runway has a little grade to it, so he could have easily like done a little bit more than just a plop.
Yeah, you don't want to have it working against you in that moment. Okay, David Warren now, kind of the same thing as last time, just rails it in, very stabilized, very consistent.
So you were asking about scores. Looks like Phil's shortest is going to be 241. That was a 100-foot takeoff and a 141-foot landing. Brayden Royal. His shortest is 323. That was his 5th run that he did that on. That was a score of 100 foot on the landing and 223. I'm sorry, 100 foot on takeoff, 223 on the landing. Phil's coming in right now.
Well done, Phil. Heavy on the brakes. A little bit of a fade to the left.
All right, so that's gonna add to his score. So that is his shortest run so far. 226. It was a 105-foot takeoff and a 121-foot landing. And our buddy Daniel in the 172. Oh. I'm just going to continue to be on the wrong page here.
That's all right. That's all right. It's practice. We're practicing using our computers and the internet.
Yes. His lowest score is 513.
There's a internet meme about Daniel that I'm waiting for like the right landing to unleash. But I actually don't know if I can say that on the stream or not.
I think you can.
Yeah?
I wonder. I'm trying to remember if we've seen him before, because I feel like that was a joke maybe last year or 2 years ago.
I think it was further back than that. Wasn't the kid on the Ellen Show or something? This is the hard-hitting entertainment that people have come to expect from National STOL. Let's look at Daniel coming in the 172. You know, he's losing a little bit of altitude there. He's got to correct with throttle, keeping on speed with pitch. Oh, we're almost tail dragging it. Love it.
That was awesome.
Damn, Daniel. That's the mean. That I had to do it. That was worth it.
Okay, okay.
I don't know if we got demonetized just then. I don't know what.
No, we did.
You can't say.
That is PG related cuss words.
Oh, PG adjacent.
Yes.
It's a family show, though.
Yes. I think you can expect to hear that in a good Disney movie.
I don't know if you can.
I think.
I think maybe you're more likely to get demonetized for saying Disney movie on the stream.
Hopefully
the
not.
The mouse will come for you. Here come. wait, what?
All right, David Warren. We haven't talked about David's scores at all.
I'm hearing from race control that Phil actually is the #1 combined score for practice today, which is wild in a Husky.
Yeah.
Some of it has to do with he's got better weather, I think, than the sport class guys, but he's also just like flying really well.
Yeah.
Strong sales pitch for a Husky from that guy. Daniel now. Skyhawking it.
Let's go.
Just waiting for air bosses to release. Applying the power, rolling. Flaps already at 10. Rolling, speed, pull back. Settling back down just around the 300-foot line.
Okay. And so far, David Warren, his lowest score is 237. That was a 100-foot takeoff and a 137-foot landing.
Now we get the wigwags going. Strobies. I guess not wigwags. Strobes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Got the strobes going over here. That's nice. A little more visible. Especially in a white airplane with clouds behind it, right? It's always a good idea to get a little bit of visibility. There we go. Easing it down. Pulling that stick back. Nicely done. Heavy on the brakes. And stop.
Very nice from David Warren. Looks like he is going to take it back to the barn.
So just a few more landings here for practice here at Appalachian Mountain STOL. While we watch them come in again, folks, don't forget to join us tomorrow 10:30 a.m. online and here in person at Clarion County Airport. We'd love to have you. Don't forget to vote for your favorite pilot. Maybe you already know. You got you've heard enough. You've seen enough. You're ready to lock that vote in. Vote.nationalstol.com. That's vote.nationalstol.com. Of course, you can go to nationalstol.com to pick up some awesome 2026 season merch. Support National STOL. And don't forget to go thank all of the various companies that have supported us locally and the annual circuit as well. There's Phil Shearer. That's textbook. I mean, like I keep saying textbook. What would Corey Robin would say? Putting on a clinic?
Yes.
That was a real barn burner. You'd also say that. He's putting on a real barn burner clinic.
Absolutely.
That was. I mean, he's. I hope he continues to just fly and fly and fly in National STOL because it's just so fun to watch. Also fun to watch today has been Daniel in the 172. And he's easing it down.
Oh, yeah.
Right over that tower. Too short on the last one there for him, but that's all right. It's practice for a reason. He's going to try to get stopped before that turnoff. It didn't look like that happened for him.
So let's see. Phil had the shortest numbers for the day, but I think he got overtaken by David Warren. David Warren now at 199. His lowest score, Phil, is at 219.
Okay. So we're getting some good footage in there.
Oh yeah. Some beautiful bean footage.
Full beans. See, when I say full beans or all the beans, I'm thinking like coffee beans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you thinking baked beans?
I mean, roll that beautiful bean footage is.
Let's go to the chat as we wrap out. People, everyone who's here, you've been watching all day. We've loved that you've come here and hung out with us. Is it full beans, coffee beans, or full beans, baked beans?
I mean, the baked beans actually do have firepower behind them.
Whoa! It's a family show.
Hey,
it's a family show.
It's the musical fruit.
Oh my goodness, we got to get out of here. Okay, everybody, it has been kind of a wild ride today. If I'm not being honest with you, it's been kind of a wild ride. It's been kind of a wild ride, and we appreciate you at home and here in person in Pennsylvania. Get your votes in. Is it baked beans? What a way to end the show. Get your votes in. Is it baked beans or coffee beans? We love you so much, and thank you so much. See, things are getting real spicy. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. National STOL 2026, Appalachian Mountain STOL. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.